There are legends and stories wrapped into great songs, sung by bards for all to hear. These stories tell those of great warriors, evil tyrants, brave children, and cowardly kings. Thrones and treasures cause wars, gods and devils play bring destruction. The desires of a dark soul may bring annihilation, while the bright heart of a boy king will try and save it. Men and women of nations answer the call to arms, to fight for their country, their home, their families. Marching to the sound of a war drum, the billowing of a ship's sail, under the great radiant one, under chords thunders in the dead of night. The sound of rain hitting metal as a soldier readies his shield, as he stares into the orcish faces of the legion. The guttural war cries strike his heart with fear, but his young king saddles his warhorse and rallies the men. A half-elven arcanist prepares a ritual in case the unblemished get too close. Lord and Chief Theophi checks his coalition of half-bloods and those who wait across the meadows with means to end him. Matthias stares into the burning pit, containing a great scourge on the land. He with his princes of peace delve into the devil's head to put an end to the rebirth of evil. Micah, in his old age, stands strong in his armor as Hector, the tyrant, assaults the dark world. With his shadow soldiers slaying the tyrant and ending the shadows, light shines once again. I am here to tell you a story, one of love, triumph, justice, and tragedy. A story that will echo throughout eternity. Cross every sea, ride every cloud, from the Isles of Setonia to the great city of Stamrin. Heroes and villains, husbands and wives, brothers and sisters all play their part. As Bahamut sits on his throne in Elysia, and the evil one fights his way out of hell, a group of misfits find their way through the valleys, the meadows, the mountains, and seas. I am here to tell your story, by the fire in every tavern, the square in every town, or the stage in every city I come to. What's in those stories for me to tell is entirely up to you. Welcome to Manola.
Hello friends and welcome to the Chaos. First off, we would like to thank the creators of Dungeons & Dragons for making the world's greatest tabletop RPG game. We would like to make an unsponsored show of gratitude for Dwarven Forge and their awesome tabletop train, as well as WizKids for their awesome tabletop accessories and minis. Thanks to the guys over at Sirenscape for their awesome sound sets and letting us use their music and ambiance for our game. And now we are Chaotic Cast, a bunch of best friends from Tennessee who have a passion for playing RPG games, especially Dungeons & Dragons. Manola is a section of our homebrew world. We hope you love it as much as we do. And Hunter, you have an announcement.
Yes. First off, hello to all of you who have chosen to be part of the Chaos. During tonight's show, we will take a short intermission, and during that intermission, we'll be doing a giveaway. One lucky member of the Chaos will be chosen randomly to win one of our new Chaotic Cast t-shirts. We have a bunch of different styles and colors, but there'll be a code word that will be revealed later on. And we ask that you like the video, subscribe to our channel, and type the code word in the comments, and you'll be entered to win. So stay tuned, and we hope you enjoy the Chaos.
Travis. Hey. Robert.
Hey! What are you doing?
Oh yeah, sorry, no more announcement. We always like to give credit where credit's due. We are especially thankful for Critical Role, everything that they do, all of their inspiration, all their cool stuff. Realm Smith for me personally, Jason Azevedo for everything that they do. Just huge inspiration pieces. Our shows are pre-recorded for now. We're hoping sometime in the future to have the ability to stream live. And back to you, Hunter, for social media.
Oh yeah, join us on Instagram chaoticcast.tv. In the bio there, you'll find a link to all of our other social media pages, but we post updates on the channel. We recently just made a TikTok. There'll be some spoofs, funny videos, cool shit that happens during the game. We posted there.
Cool stuff that happens.
Adult channel. But yeah, join us on social media.
Okay, thank you.
Our Instagram's a thirst trap.
If you must know, thirst. Robert is the head of the Reddit department for Chaotic Cast TV. Hunter is our Instagram. Travis is our beautiful face.
This is the product.
He's the thumbnail
This is the
getter.
product.
Our production crew, our executive producer handles the TikTok and the YouTube channel stuff.
Weird to say we have a production crew.
We do have a production crew. Me and Landon. Here we are. But no, we all work together to make this happen. And we hope you guys enjoy it because we love playing. We have a good time. So, without further ado, let's get into the chaos. There's a cool thing going to happen during this. I can't wait for you guys to see.
Is it like an
Everybody roll
explosion?
initiative.
Roll it, D20. Alright. So, let's turn this down. Or let's get a little bit of drama.
Let's stand up in the street and attack the first person I see.
The guards swarm you, kill you, throw you into prison, and slowly flay your skin.
Like the dead body, they kill me and then throw my dead body in the jail.
They kill you,
Then they
throw
go
you in jail,
resurrect you.
bring you back to life, and then take pieces of twigs and run them up under your fingernails.
Wow, that spent 300 gold just to torture you. That's pretty bad.
And stick a pencil in
Then
it.
we meet
Have you ever
David,
watched
the
Ben?
Triton monk.
Yeah.
Anyway, let him cut that, please. Thank you.
No, no. That
I
should
said
be like,
pencil up.
before we even talk, that should be like the setup to the show. Like
Just all
just
the
a little
nonsense.
snippet right there. That
They kill you through in jail.
They
Revive
kill
and
you. Then they torture you.
It's
Right,
like
so
watching-
they
And
resurrect
everybody's
you.
like,
somebody,
what's that? What's that?
somebody watches this like, wait a second.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
They were just joshing.
Leaving the small halfling town of Follyfield in a bit of disarray, the band of adventurers pressed onward to the port city of Mapledock in hopes of finding passage on a ship out of the Barley Sea by getting Duma's brother for transport. Although he is in a peculiar situation, once there, you all will have to see what you will do. Cortland and Harpene are traveling with you. You've got to know them a little better. You've discovered more about yourselves and experience an awful morning, one as you fell prey to a small den of jackal-wares who are looking for a quick meal. Defeating your enemy and saddling up the cart, you continued on your way. Oddly, Cable linked two and two together and informed Craeloth of possible bugbears being enslaved in the western regions of Manola, near Craeloth's old home. It had been a while since Craeloth had been there, and these thoughts hadn't crossed his mind until now. Striking this to his core, it seems the group is on agreement to do whatever they need to get to a ship and get out of the Barley Sea and head west towards the Isles of Setonia. You have, as of this evening, arrived at Mapledock, and you have just begun adventuring into the city steps, exploring the city. Craeloth and Violet are entering Tybalt's finest formal wear with Duma as she makes her delivery, and Cable stopped just early at the Eloquent Choice as he is about to enter the formal dining room. We will start with Violet and Craeloth as you enter into Tybalt's finest formal wear. Give me a single second and I will tell you what it looks like.
Take it to
10 seconds.
there you
There's a shop on the trade that specializes in delicate and fine apparel for those special occasions and ceremonies. The shop itself contains various designer dresses and suits from across the furthest reaches of Manola, carrying brands such as Gilliana and Gabot, Nucley, and Frenton. The shop is a large brick building with 2 massive windows showcasing the latest designs on beautifully made stone mannequins. Inside of the shop is a large carpeted room with several racks and shelves of clothes. On the left side is a large bay of stalls that have their curtains drawn while in use. On the opposite side, there's a large counter with a couple of workers sitting at the risen tables calculating or sewing damaged clothing. There's an elf residing over on the right side with a ledger, and then beside of her on towards you all, towards the front entrance, there is a small gnome who is using a needle and thread to repair some sort of clothing. They seem to be having a soft-spoken conversation, and that's what you see. Duma looks at you all. She's like, "Well, I got to take my deliveries round back. Won't take me long."
I'll ask. Who's in charge here? Who do I need to speak to?
I believe it's the elf lady over there. Her name is Cooley.
I'm at that. Is it a restaurant? What did I go to?
You're at an elegant restaurant. Kind of. We'll get to you in just a second.
No, that's fine. I can't remember why I was going to said restaurant. Like I said last time, I would not remember why.
You were going to see if you could figure out what happened to.
Yeah.
Man, if we had live chat, it'd be great. I can't remember. You were going to ask about something and you wanted to talk to important people, but I can't remember exactly what you were asking for.
Me neither.
Was it to see? I really just don't remember, Berto.
Oh no. I was promised that everybody. Oh, I won't remember it. I'll remember it. Don't worry about it.
What's happened since then? So Duma starts carrying some crates in and setting them down like around back, and the elf lady nods to her. The gnome just continues doing her work. What you guys do?
I would like to go up to Cooley.
Okay, so you approach the big desk, and this elven lady wearing a small pair of it's kind of like glasses, but it's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, and she's kind of looking and inspecting some small little pieces of thread and fabric. She says, "Oh yes, how can I help you?"
Yeah, my name's Violet. I was traveling with Duma.
Oh, Duma, yes, she's our prime delivery for across the land anyway.
We're travelers, and along the way I picked up a few garments, and I thought this might be a good place to try and sell them.
Certainly. We'll inspect them. We'll kind of let you know what you found.
Okay, so I'll pull out the fuchsia dress and the black suit jacket.
She looks over to the gnome who has been consent. She says, "Leary, please examine these and see the damage. And are you looking to sell?
Yes.
See what we can offer them at a fair price for used, damaged goods, and then we'll go from there." And Larry's like,
refinement clothing.
"Okay." She's like, slides him over. She this little orb emanates. It's just like there's probably 3 or 4 of them that just dance around, lighting up the area really good, like right in front of her. She's kind of running the dress and the suit jacket underneath it, inspecting. Would you like to look around, or it may take her a few moments?
Yeah, I'll look around.
I'm over here perusing the shelves.
She's kind of like, "Is that your friend?"
You have a big and tall section?
Probably not here. We can certainly take your measurements, sir.
Yes. Okay. I'll
Larry, we're going to need the big measurement tape.
I had some fancy clothes. I lost them. I've been on the road a while. I need a fresh set.
Fresh set?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Once Larry's done inspecting,
Of course.
we'll get you measured. We'll get you fitted.
Thank
Do you have a preferred brand? We have the famous in all of Manola here.
What do you recommend for someone my size?
I think someone your size, I would go with Frenton. The Western style robes and tunics.
I will trust your expertise.
Yes.
Thank you.
We'll get you set. Gold embroidery, kind of blue, royal blue collars. slacks.
Yeah, it's very nice. Okay. Thanks.
I don't know clothes, man. I don't even know why I have a
Will they
clothes
fit
shop
over
here.
his bugbear feet?
Bring it back. Is this gonna be the running joke? The bugbear feet. All right. So you guys are kind of in there. You're starting to kind of shop while they're doing that.
Do bugbears have like monkey feet? Like, do they have?
It's kind of like a gorilla, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have like can,
Prehensile toes.
yeah, like human crab.
Yeah, he can pick them.
Let's not get into it.
I was genuinely curious. I guess.
So you kind of hop off the cart before they had made it this far, and you land in front of a, I guess you would just call it a straight establishment, and it looks like this. Off the side of the road, you see marble pedestals with gently falling mist decorate the walk up into this formal dining hall. There are exceptionally dressed men and women in full servitude to the patrons who enter the establishment. So out front you have like the marble stairs that lead up to marble pedestals, and they have like some kind of glass ornate dish, and there's like this soft mist falling down. A gentleman, just a male in a black suit, black tie, just top to bottom, like a black tuxedo, approaches and he says, "Hello sir, how may I serve you?"
I can't remember. No clue why. I was going. There was a purpose. There was a purpose of me going to this place, and I cannot remember it.
It may be that you need a bath. Would you like to venture to the bathing chambers?
What are you trying to say?
You just look a little dirty.
Seems kind of rude.
But it's okay. We'll get you completely cleaned up for free. No charge.
Okay, I'll take a bath in your bath place.
Executor Sultanix. It says we must offer a free visit to the first time you've been here.
Okay.
Please follow me.
Okay.
And so he takes you up into you cross into the open thing, and as you enter, you see that there's a bathing chamber. The initial thing is the bathing chamber. There's a few patrons in there. Everyone's trying to be modest. No one's just streaking around the room, you know. But in the center, there's just this big, massive pool, and it seems to have some kind of arcane magic that's causing it to be sort of like a hot tub. It's heated, nice. You see some steam. And as you sit down, there's like these little, it almost looks like a sunk-in chair. And so like you sit down in this little chair, the stones on your back kind of roll and move due to some kind of magical effect. This young lady wearing a black dress, she approaches you and holds out a little platter that has various soaps and fragrances and smells and perfumes on it, sets it down the side of you. Another man rolls this rack across and has a few different style robes, all different silks and polyesters and whatever you can imagine on it, different colors. Sir, just take your time. Use all of this stuff as you will. Here's a robe for when you're finished. We are currently washing your clothes now.
What were we doing last time?
I don't know why.
I don't either.
There was
I
a
don't
reason.
remember at all.
Maybe you said that you were hungry.
No, it wasn't that I was hungry. I was going to go. I'm
No,
sure
there was a
I was
reason.
gonna
I
go
remember
do
that.
something stupid in there.
Was one of the other people in the cart going there?
No. We passed it. I feel like
Were
it
you
was
looking for
something.
somebody or someplace?
I felt like it was something he said in the description, the initial description of the place. I was going to go like beat somebody up or something.
Let me look and see. if I
Where
can-
I was going to go.
You're going to like try and find one of the ends? I don't know.
Was your vision related to this?
No.
The Eloquent Choice, which is a high-end type of dining area for the richer residents of the city. The Eloquent Choice is owned by a certain person.
That wasn't it.
That's it.
What were we doing? What were we doing when we came into the
Riding
city?
on a cart.
I know that. And we were asking about magic stuff, right? Or I was, I'm sure.
Well, so you know your overall goal is to you're wanting to get out of the Barley Sea and head west. That's what you all kind of decided last time. Because of kind of yours and Craeloth's initiatives lined up. So you all were kind of, maybe you were going to go to the Eloquent Choice to ask about Duma's brother being locked up or something. Since
No, it was something way dumber than that.
I
It was
remember.
something dumb.
It wasn't, constructive at all.
Good. So a
It's good
A
that you
black
know.
fur tabaxi approaches, and she has all kinds of gold jewelry in her ears, in her nose. I mean, multiple piercings. Her smile as she grins, all of her teeth are gold plated. She's got bracelets on of gold, and she's wearing a golden robe. And she approaches. She says, "Well, yes. Are you new to my establishment?"
Yes.
Just naked in the bathroom.
They sit down in the
It's a
chair.
bathhouse.
It's bubbly.
People just walk in, all people taking a
Please,
bath.
try our finest wines. And she hands you. It's almost like an entire jug with a quart top. She lays it down beside of you.
I don't drink. Thank you, though.
Then give it to your friends. She says, "I am Kay, and this is my eloquent choice."
I like her name better. It's easy to remember. It's one letter.
May I ask, why are you here?
I don't remember. I'm just going to be blatantly honest. There was something that interested me here, but I can't remember what it was.
Well, maybe during your events tonight, you will remember. Something will jog your memory.
Hopefully, because it's going to drive me nuts until I remember it.
We are preparing you a finest meal. Once you're done bathing, proceed down this hallway, and you will be filled to your pleasure.
All right.
There was I must say, you're only the tritons are very few and in between. And there was one here not long ago, kind of similar in features to yourself. But, I don't know, he looked diseased almost.
I've been hearing that. Did he harm anyone here?
No, not that I'm aware. He was actually quite nice. Left a huge tip.
Keep that in mind.
If you need anything, just holler. Or ring your bell. And she hands you this little bell.
I don't trust this, Evan.
I'm just telling you.
I'm going to get God. It's just-
She said an eloquent voice, but she tells you just holler.
See, that's
I know,
such a-
that is just really funny.
No, we need to do a VO.
Holler,
She
y'all,
has-
if you
she
need.
has-
Yeah, y'all just holler. if you need to.
Y'all just holler now and come back, you hear?
so she
She doesn't say holler, she says just ring your bell.
He says she has such an elegant voice. Howdy, y'all.
Yeah. Hey, Tennessee,
She's
it is
dolly-
what it is.
She's the
That's
maxi
dolly.
dolly part.
You're gonna love us. You're gonna love our country
It's gonna be
accent,
a
our
white curly
nonsense.
wig.
The comments are gonna be full of these dumb hicks, but that's okay because we love you anyway. So,
Well, one of us is a dumb hick.
and we love you very much.
Oh.
Yeah, Travis.
Travis is the most non-southern one of us. All right, anyway.
Actually, I think does everybody else have a college degree? Okay.
I got two, but we're useless on this.
I've got two.
I should have took one in directing. That's
I
what
got
one
one
to
and a
do.
half.
1.5.
Okay,
I got
so we're gonna pause you taking your
Pause
bath.
me. I don't know what the heck's going on.
You're going to remember, Roberto. All right. Leary finishes looking, and
Leary?
yeah, that's the little
Gnome.
gnomish lady who was kind of inspecting. She says, "Oh, you've." Let's see, Leary's next. I can't remember.
Just holler.
Oh, yeah, y'all doing, y'all?
She said
Coolly looks at you and she says, "Well, it appears that you have found some delicate wares. Seems to be a little sea-ridden, but nonetheless, we can pay you well for them. 200 gold, 100 each. One for the dress, one for the jacket."
That's good to me.
She hands you a little, it's a little pouch. And Leary takes it. She's like, "Yeah, but these are going to need all kinds of repairs." And she puts them down in a box. And she's like, gets out this tape. And it's kind of like the clowns who like pull out the ribbon. And she just keeps pulling this tape out. She's kind of looking over at Craeloth. Keeps pulling, keeps pulling, keeps pulling. And then she gets it. She like puts it around her neck. It's like two big chains on this little gnomish lady. And she walks over to you. And she's like, "You want to squat down.
How are you going to get the full measurement?
Lay down on your back.
Ah, okay. Pop out the big
No,
ones.
arms to the side,
Okay.
not up."
I'll just like smack into a clothes rack. Oh, sorry.
She takes your measurements. What kind of suit are you wanting? You said Frenton.
Yes, something that would be worth wearing to meet with diplomats, leaders, things of that nature. Something I can wear to a fancy event if needed.
Frenton. So we'll do. She spends a couple moments, gets all your measurements. Return in a few days. We'll have you ready.
Few days. 3 days?
3 or 4, yeah.
Okay.
4 to be safe.
4 days. 4 days. How much would you like?
We'll see when I get it done.
Okay.
Probably not super expensive. Full suit, normally 400-ish gold.
Do you need a deposit?
Nah, we'll trust you. If not, we'll find you.
Fair enough.
And
Thank
she
you for
just
the
like
trust.
smiles like a full, like toothy grin.
I'm not even scared. I'm impressed. Good.
Her little blue hair is just like flickering in the wind with it.
I believe you.
She just walks away.
Good luck.
What do you guys do now?
While Leary is getting the measurements off of Craeloth, I'll go back up to Cooley.
Uh-huh.
And, do you think you could clean and kind of repair my robes?
Clerical rope? Yes, we can. Leary! What? We got another order. So just a, you want scrubbed, you want magically cleaned, what are you kind of looking for?
It doesn't have to be magical clean, just
So just a normal wash.
clean it up. Yeah, any repair, any cuts, and such.
She kind of like takes back and she's like, cuts on a clerical robe. From what?
I wear it over my armor.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, we've been on the road for
Oh
a long time.
You're fine. I am not one to judge. I am here to help and serve you. So she takes your robes and she's like, just a simple wash. It's about 3 gold. And you're kind of getting the vibe that you're hearing a lot of like gold process being thrown around. There's not a whole lot of bronze and copper, or bronze, shucks. There's not a whole lot of silver and copper here. It seems that Maple Dock is doing pretty well economy-wise. There's a lot of bartering and exchanges, and there's a lot of gold to go around. So prices have inflated somewhat just because of how much there is. But besides that, you know, it's so you kind of, maybe from your past, you're like, this could be a little pricey, but you all, other than Cable, haven't really come from impoverished areas. You in the very past. Maybe. Okay. Cable. At this point, a server comes over and he's like, as you're getting up out of the bath, he kind of washes you off, or dries you off with this towel, robes you with this kind of red-orange robe, ties it around, like, follow me, sir.
Is this, now this ain't the black cat, is it?
No, this is just the guy in the tuxedo. You follow him down. The walls of this place are all marble, and it's lit by some, looks like golden, radiant little orbs that decorate this massive hallway. And he enters into this big dining room that has several tables. That it's all white tablecloths, white napkins with silver glasses and plates and silverware. I mean, it's all really clean, tidy, pretty looking. And there's several tables, and there's quite a few patrons in here. I would say, I mean, there's close to maybe 7,500 people. Some are pairs, some are entire groups sitting around the table, and then he brings you to this, probably like a 75 to 100 differences.
7,500.
Yeah, it's big bill.
And so he brings you to this smaller table. It's kind of like a card table or a poker table. Still large, probably large for one person, but you know, and he kind of shifts. He waves his hand, and all the dishes and the napkin like folds down in your lap. The dishes rearranged to where you're sitting. He's like, your food will be out in a moment.
Isn't there a D&D thing I can do where I can tell if they're being like mischievous?
Insight check.
I want to do an insight check.
Insight check. Do it.
Which one is that? Wait, no, it's passive. Which one's inside?
Wisdom, but you may be proficient in it too. Swap. There you go.
I am. I think. You know what that white dot means?
It is.
First roll of the night.
That would be a 9.
I mean,
Very confused.
yeah, you're
Very
kind of.
confused.
You've never been a stranger and been treated so nicely before. So it's not, I mean, I'm not going to tell you how you think, but they seem extremely nice, and they haven't gave you a reason yet that seems.
Besides giving me all this food and a bath and a robe, I'm washing my clothes, I'm clean now. By the way.
And so
Apparently I was dirty before. Sorry I bumped the table. So I'm new here, I've never done this before.
a few more moments pass. Your food comes out, and it's like surf and turf. You have lobster and steak and all kinds of vegetables arrayed. There's breads, there's butters. It's just
Do
full
tritons eat
spread.
fish?
I don't know.
Would that be like cannibalism? You would know better than I would.
I would say in Triton culture, you all probably do eat fish. I mean, fish eat fish.
What
so-
else are you going to eat in the bottom of the trunk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I would imagine we
you're
would
probably
eat
really
like,
good at hunting and catching fish.
like rats and
Like, you
stuff.
probably dive in
Like,
ocean.
yeah, because lobster is considered the rat of the sea because they're bottom dwellers, and it's considered a delicacy. So I'd imagine you kill a rat on land and take it down there.
You know, I find it hard
I'm
to
kind
fault
of,
that much.
I'm kind of with it though,
Yeah.
but anyway,
You want
That's
the
a
over
thing.
that one
Did
on
you all
there.
not know that? That's a
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No,
Because, like,
that makes
back
100%
in-
sense.
Back in the
I
day,
mean, I followed you.
back in the day, like poor people like would eat lobster and like calamari and stuff because rich people thought it was gross.
Historical moment by Robert. Wow, that'll be a whole video itself.
No, it will not.
Robert talks about today I learned.
Yeah, today I learned. We love you, Robert. Okay, so they offer you all this food,
Who's the dumb hick now?
and the guy
Yeah.
your server folds a napkin over, and he just stands kind of not close enough to where it's awkward, but probably like 20 feet back, just waiting on any commands or any gestures from you.
No, that's awkward.
He's just standing there. If you kind of glance around, it seems that he has a couple tables. You're not his only patron. And sometimes you'll see him walk over to some other tables around your area.
I look around. Do I see anybody?
Roll a
close to me?
perception check.
Yes or no, Evan?
It's D&D, baby. Roll for it. Let the
I don't
dice
want to
tell
roll
the
this
story.
big
See
thing.
how well you're paying attention.
Not very. That would be a 14.
Not bad. You kind of scan the area. You don't see anybody familiar.
I was looking for more anybody interesting that I could just speak to.
Oh, interesting wise, plenty. There is all kinds of people wearing extremely extravagant clothing and dresses, and
Big on the alliteration today, aren't we?
been expanding my vocabulary. Vivacious colors, lavish.
Lavish luxury. Vivacious colors and lavish luxury.
But you see.
Oh, wait, no,
You see numerous different races of just races of populations and intermingling of all kinds of you're like in a, I would say, just kind of looking around, you would get the thought that Maple Dock seems to be a melting pot point. There's just all kinds of people, and you also probably have picked up that it's a touristy kind of place because it has beautiful beaches. It's considered safe. It's a safe place overall.
Does this building seem like a touristy kind of place?
It seems like if you were a visiting ambassador, a visiting political person, or a wealthy merchant, a noble, you're going to be here eating at some point in time, probably here in the week. Seems some business meetings occur here.
So it's like the Joe's Crab Shack at this place. Fine dining.
You almost got a straight face. Yes, fine dining. It is. It is like the top-notch place.
Yeah.
Wow, Red Lobster.
I'm sitting here eating my wrap and
Shrimp festival
Maybe a
already?
few people that stick out in particular to you. There's an elven.
Was it a mayor I was going to talk to?
I do remember that. I think you're right.
But why?
I don't know why.
To release the dude in prison, maybe.
No, listen, I appreciate the credit you're giving me, Travis, but it was something much dumber than that, I'm sure. I probably saw an opportunity to either fight get something really cool or do something really, in my head, funny. And I've forgotten.
I love it that you're sitting in the middle of this just fancy. It's just like
What the hell am I
weirded out.
What are
Like,
you doing?
But kind of fits because I had the vision when I jumped off the cart.
yeah, yeah. And see, only you know that. So everybody, so that's
Yeah,
cool.
you all don't forget that.
Jumping back to you guys. Cooley and Leary are kind of doing their thing. Duma's going over some ledger pieces, and they're busting open some crates, making sure all the stuff that was ordered or needed to be delivered. So they're kind of just doing their own business thing. What are you guys doing?
I want to ask him if there's a good armor nearby on the shop.
There used to be.
Jeez.
Once the governing seat, Ursula, the bearded, took her place on
Girl.
in the Silvered Nest. She removed any sort of weaponized shops or armorers from here because apparently in the Stammering kingdoms there is no need for armorers of that sort. The Stammering sentinels will keep us safe. There's no need for common people to need of them.
What happens when the Sentinels need work done on their armor?
Now they took the armorers and the smiths and they moved them up to the Silver Nest. They produced their stuff there for the army, not so much civilian purchases.
So the government controls the weapons.
Yes, very much so.
Interesting. Okay, thank you.
Hunter, why didn't you keep my notes for me?
I got enough notes to write. I can't write yours too.
Oh, and if I were you, I would maybe not flaunt yours around. You might draw ill eyes.
Even travelers don't bring their own weapons.
No, some do. We just, and it's not looked upon in a negative way. It's just you may draw unwanted attention.
I feel like I would draw attention no matter what.
I believe you would, sir.
I'll walk with my hood up. But thank you for the advice.
I can't make that joke again.
I'm going to exit, and I want to make my way towards the Silver Nest.
Okay, so you're at the fourth step. Silver Nest is the first step, so you're talking probably like a 3-mile walk.
So we're in the trade step.
Yeah. You all rode the cart down to the trade step.
What step
It's
am I on?
Trade step.
Which
Oh,
one's
nice
the
eating
fanciest?
place.
Why did I? Was there slaves? Did I go to this restaurant?
I mean, there's not slaves here, but
Was the joke just because I was shirtless and wanted to get into
I
this
think
fancy
so.
place?
Maybe.
I think so.
Son of a gun. I've spent too much time here for no
So
reason.
the spear step, is that where the Silver Nest is?
It is.
Am I near them?
And you also,
Are they outside?
I'm still in the
there are a
shop.
few blocks down.
He might be outside. I'm still in the shop.
You also know that when you all entered, you had to pass through the Silver Nest, and it is like locked down to civilians. It is very much militaristic.
Okay.
That entire thing is, I mean, if you would imagine the White House and where the White House sits and that area around it, that's kind of like how Stammering has locked down their governing seats or kingdoms, keeps, whatever.
I'm gonna know. When the last video comes out, I'm gonna know, and I'm gonna feel stupid because I don't remember. Or I didn't say it out loud in the video because I thought it'd be funny, and then I'll feel stupid because I'll have just forgotten.
You'll be watching it in the chat, and then everybody will be like, "What were you going to do?" You'll be like, "Oh yeah, this is what I was going to do."
Oh, that would have been so funny. I want to ask Cooley if is there any libraries around? Any place I can do some research?
They don't read here.
What type of research?
Historical, I guess.
Historical, just of this area, or in general?
In general.
You know, Nikolai, at the Magister's Mystery, the Magister's Mystery, he has some old knowledge of books and scrolls and different things there, but as for an actual library, I don't believe so. I mean, some of the nobles, they may have their own collections, but not an official public library here.
Is that like a magic item shop too? I wrote that down last session, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, he's known. He's a master illusionist.
Oh, that's what it was.
So
I remember that. The Magic Man.
he
Because we got into a conversation about if there were like magicians.
Right.
in D&D.
so yeah, I mean, it's pretty. Yeah.
I wrote it down. I couldn't remember what it was. Hunter wrote it down, and he couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah. Hunter wrote down Violet.
I like that we're going to go there and it's just going to be like, I hope it's just like cheap.
It's like a trick that
Cheap
cards. Just loaded
So
dice.
are you still wanting to make your way towards?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Violet first of all. I'm going to go to the top. I'm gonna drag you some armor.
Does that,
Armor?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make a trade deal.
Does
I
that
don't know
pass
if I'll
my
succeed,
store?
but I just want you to know where I'm going. In
Yes,
case you want to
okay.
come or not, that's fine.
But you're currently inside.
is there no windows?
Oh yeah, you can. There's all kinds of windows, but
Can I
It's-
see?
probably it's like the way it sits. What you're looking at is the ocean.
Shucks.
The streets and everything's kind of to your back.
I want to be able to see you all and be like, oh, I'm leaving, and just get up and leave.
You could say, oh, I'd like to go.
Craeloth knows that you got off there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling Violet I'm leaving, so if I'm walking past there, I'll probably.
I'm gonna go by the
That's my plan.
Magister's Mysteries.
Okay.
I may meet you up there.
I want to go there too.
Do we know where we're staying? Did they say?
Well, you knew that before because we learned about that before.
Did Duma say where we were staying? Give
Yeah.
recommendations?
I know where I'm staying.
The Yippers Yell.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
staying at
down.
the Magic Bathhouse.
If not, if we don't find each other, Yippers Yell, meet up there.
Sounds
Tonight.
All right.
So, all three of us are in three different places now, right?
Craeloth is currently walking
To
from.
make that clear.
I mean, it's gonna be an hour before he gets there.
Craeloth is currently walking. He's just a few blocks from you, but it's gonna be a while till you get.
So wait, what are you going? Are you going to buy armor?
Yeah, I'm
Try
gonna
it.
try to buy some armor.
I'm going with Magic Man over here. So I'm gonna read. Okay, I'm gonna DM this next part. Travis walks by, and pokes his head in the
Travis.
door.
I'm not in
Craeloth walks by and pokes his head in the door and says, "Hey." I get up and he tells me all the jazz y'all just went through. I say I'm going with Violet.
Or
There you
we
go.
could DM it like after you sit there a minute, you're kind of like, I'm not supposed to be here. You just get up and walk out. The guy's like, sir, 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 sir,
I just hand wave.
have a good day. You exit. By the time you exit, you see Craeloth walking by at the intersection.
Oh, okay. That's how I'm on stuff.
I say I'm gonna go to the Magic Man.
And so as you start heading towards there, you just kind of see Violet, and you all meet out in front of which you say Craeloth as you're starting to head up.
And it's like a rom-com. We lock eyes. I tell her I missed her.
Oh, kid.
No, no!
I'll pull out my mace.
You mean pepper spray or actual mace?
Both.
An actual mace.
Yeah, okay.
No, both.
Both are effective.
It's a magic item. He hits a button on the bottom, or she hits a button on the bottom.
For 1 minute.
This is
Okay,
out the points, out all the little stabby.
Pepper
here you go. So you all, in the heart of the trade stead, almost at its very center, is a tall purple-scaled building with flowing arcane waterfalls of orange mana that continuously fall into 2 collection pools on either side of the door, along with loud and bright mana falls against a deep astral purple building with the glint and glimmer that would rival a dragon's hide. There's a small lying fog of light purple pixie dust that drifts ever slowly in and out and around the magnificent shop. There are 4 spires that soar into the air above, acting as wizardry towers or studies, with a consistent burst of orange light coming from their windows. Just above the arcing purple doors with the glowing orange handles is a small burst of orange glowing arcane essence that reads in several different languages. The magnificent Nikolai presents the Magister's Mysteries. After displaying the glowing arcane writing, the lettering turns into an orangish smoke and drifts away into the pixie fog below, and then reappears a few moments later. Upon entering, I assume you all enter.
Yes.
Upon entering into the misty foyer, the building seems to extend far taller, wider, and deeper than it possibly could from the outside, since where it was situated, with buildings and shops on either side. But there are several racks of clothing that constantly rotate slowly to allow the customer to examine the products. The side walls of the room contain 2 massive glass containers that stretch along either side, containing all sorts of items that are set upon an aqua blue blanketed surface. There are 2 stairs that ascend to another chamber up ahead and have a glowing orange arcane barrier at the very top, blocking access to the doors at the top of the staircase. In between the 2 ascending stairs is a large obsidian desk that has pulsating orange mana rivers flowing throughout. There are several orange globes lighting the entirety of this room to provide light for the customer's shop. Something that may catch your eye. Well, roll me a perception check.
Ooh.
Oh!
20.
Nat 20.
Plus 6. 26.
Yeah.
Up 22.
First
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Nice.
So you
All
both
downhill from
see,
here.
Yeah, only downhill from here.
you see that there are dozens and dozens of small winged humanoids flying and fluttering about, carrying bits and pieces of thread, parchment, quills, and tiny pieces of metals and stones, while others are over in the corner trying to strap down and harness a small seagull who is giving them a fight, while another bunch are... another bunch. Wow. I am from Tennessee. While another set are fluttering about the clothes and glass cases, cleaning and straightening up the products within. These are Nikolai's famed troop of sprites and pixies. This group of tiny fey creatures work together to serve Nikolai, their rescuer. They are happy to work and provide the best customer service they can for their savior, and each have their own set of skills. As you're kind of noticing, they're divided into departments or divisions. And you hear some... Do any of you all speak Sylvan?
Speak who?
Sylvan?
I doubt it.
You
since I
speak
don't-
Sylvia?
I've never heard of it.
How do
Around
I
here, are
get
you?
magic tattoos?
Not here.
I don't speak Sylvan.
Okay, so you all hear like a chant and kind of chatter of something you don't understand amongst these little troops that are talking to each other. Sitting behind the massive obsidian desk is a rotund Goliath female. She has dark gray skin with arcane illuminated tattoos wrapping around her arms, neck, and sides of her face. She has deep maroon eyes that peer strongly at all those she looks upon. She is wearing a flowing blue dress that has black designs embroidered upon it. Her name is something. She has a golden toothed smile and wears extremely prominent lipstick and eyeshadow of rainbow colors. She says,
This chair keeps sinking on me.
she says, "Hello, adventurers."
Hello.
Howdy. I was speaking the words of your people. How y'all doing?
Yeah, it's called Come In.
Is this the chick with the tattoos?
I am Nalu.
Nalu?
Nalu.
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 Okay.
Nalu. In your language.
There you go. Yeet.
You see, she and the small Fey troop run the shop for Nikolai, who, as you can see up on the wall, there is a, it's kind of like a chalkboard looking thing. It's like kind of dark green color, and there's this little piece of chalk that just dances across it, and it seems that constantly it's like adding new places or taking away places, and it looks like that's Nikolai's schedule. And he's where you're looking at it now. He's in a city called Loose Bolton. Yeah, so I mean, you can roll a history check if you want to see if you know where that is. You can roll it too, David.
What am I rolling?
History check.
20 total.
14 total.
Yeah, I mean, DC is 13. So. You both know that this is a city. It's a pretty large city in the gnomish nation of the Broken Plains. It's in the western part of it. It's very centered around inventions, innovators, engineering, that type of stuff.
I asked her about her tattoos.
How do you ask her about her tattoos?
Like what do you say?
I like your tattoos.
Why, thank you. I like your muscles.
I think we should dress like our characters next time. Just so I can see her shirtless.
I think you should do.
Hey, myself
You are interested in the tattoos.
Yes, where did you get such fine artwork?
Deep within the Manola jungle,
Okay.
there's elves that look nothing like elves. That doesn't sound right, does it?
There's elves that look exactly like orcs.
No, listen.
They're getting the Elder Scrolls lore on that one.
There are these people who skin you can see through. They are tinted kind of in blues, greens, oranges, reds, yellows, and they live far up high in the trees. You walk right under them, not even know it. But they weave arcane into your skin, and I don't know, I loved it. And then she like starts showing it. She has like all these, it's kind of like like the tribal tattoo style stuff. Like, is it like Samoan kind of?
No, just tribal. Samoa's a specific style of
Oh, okay, so just tribal in general then.
Yeah.
And it's like she has it wrapped all, and it glows like a light blue on her kind of dark gray skin.
It's dope.
She's like, yeah, but if you go to Norgel, there's one that lives there, and he'll do it for you. You don't have to go to the jungle.
Yeah, good deal.
His name is Maori.
Maori?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gonna write it down?
Hunter is.
Oh, okay.
Karen. Think Violet. Violet is.
Karen.
I knew it was a girl's name, I couldn't remember it.
So this is gonna call you by your mom's name. Anyway. Is there anything I can help you with?
Are you French? Were you French?
I'm supposed to have an accent, but the DM forgets.
I was told I was just looking for a library, and I was told that this would probably be the closest place to come for books. And stuff.
Yeah. No, and she kind of points over in a direction, and you can see just a massive bookshelf
Mhm.
that. Well, you see a massive bookshelf. Do you approach it?
Yes.
Okay. So as you walk over to it, as you kind of scan, it's like even though the bookshelf's only like 6-7 feet wide or so, it's like you just you shuffle the books and the books just, and then a whole new set appears, and then it's just eventually you rotate back around to the reach room.
I asked her if they have any magic weapons.
Weapons, not so much. The government takes them.
How about some potions? Do you have any health potions?
Plenty of health potions.
How much will that run me?
How many do you want?
How many do you got?
A lot.
How much are they a piece?
50 gold.
Let's do 25 gold and I'll buy 2.
50 gold.
Okay, I want 2 of them.
100 gold, sir. You can have 2 health potions.
You're going to have to tell me what kind.
Just regular.
Okay, will they be in here?
Potions.
A potion of healing. I'm looking for anything.
Investigation check.
Okay. Don't know what I want yet.
Let's just get this out of the way so we know what we're after.
17.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Anything about that book I was after before?
17. You don't find a book, but you find like a scroll of some sort, and these are. It's just kind of like maybe a collection of ledgers or a collection of inventory or something. It seems like whoever's collecting these things, or for whatever reason, Nikolai is keeping all these items on this bookshelf. They're not really for purchase; it's for research only. Yeah.
I can't find the...
Potion.
There's only, what was it, hill, greater? Something in Supreme.
I think
Just potion of healing.
There
I've
wasn't,
been trying now.
there wasn't just a healing.
There wasn't.
I can edit it.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's under-
Aha!
it's under-
It's under gear, not potion. For some
Uh,
reason.
Well, that's weird.
Two of them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they do cost 50 gold.
Gotcha. You were,
So
Sorry.
you find a scroll
Mhm.
that has a list of
he said they're not really for purchase. They were for
just research. It seems like basically he has a small library within his magic shop,
Okay.
kind of like its own.
Yeah.
He must be some sort of collector of books and
Mhm.
scrolls and that type of literature. So you find a scroll that kind of sticks out to you, and it talks about mysterious books that contain impossibilities. And there's like a checklist, so to speak. But this checklist has descriptions of books, no titles, no words, it's like bound by gold, blue cover, pages about 100, 200, 300. Anyway, you go down this list and you get kind of towards the bottom and you see what basically almost describes to a T the book that you had held on.
Okay.
It's about all you find.
So Book of Impossibilities. It's about the only thing I got
That's
out of it.
the top of the ledger says books of impossibilities.
Okay. How many books are on this list?
12 or 13. I'd say 12. But it looks like it's unfinished. It looks like whoever was making this, either part of the scroll was destroyed, torn. It's like, as you go down, it looks like somebody like dropped an inkwell on it, and it's kind of, it looks old. You want to take a look around the magic shop?
I was gonna be asked to get her name.
I want to look around the magic shop to see if I see anything
Nalu?
that piques my
Nalu.
interest.
Nalu.
Maybe like a magical stick. Staff. I'm looking for a staff.
Which one? You want to go on the left side or the right side?
What's the difference?
I want to go to the right side.
There's just two glass containers on each. You're going right, you want to go left? Just
Sure.
go. Alright.
Cover all of our bases.
Well, he looked at us and said left and right, so I chose right.
Okay. Left side. As you kind of walk past the glass case, the first thing that catches your eye is a tiny black tripod spinning slowly around a floating small circular soft white orb. It's about this big in size. It's about the size of a ping pong ball. The orb itself glistens as it spins and reflects the rays of light that strike its surface, almost creating a disco ball-like effect within the glass case itself. The orb bounces and drifts slightly within the spires of the tripod, and if examined closely, like if you lean in to look, it appears that there are granules of opal-colored fragments reflecting light rays. Holy smokes! It appears there are opal-colored fragments reflecting light rays of all colors.
What does it do?
Nalu looks at you and she says, "Oh, are you a caster?
Yeah.
Would you ever want to store a spell in the orb?"
Oh, so it's just the thing. It's not the tripod.
Yeah, the tripod's holding it up, giving it a really
Okay, I got you. I thought it was all one
No.
In
track.
fact, it's to help sail.
Got you. Yeah, I think I might have an idea of what this is.
This would be a pearl
Okay.
of power. And then as she kind of comes over there to you, and she's like, "But look down." And as another little ways down the same glass case, there's another tripod similar to the first,
Yeah, that's right. Since it's a thing.
but this one is a bit larger. The same effect is taking place with the black tripod spinning slowly around a hand-sized stone that has been shaped into the head of a ranger's dog. The stone itself has floppy ears, a long extended snout with a large tongue hanging out one of the sides to resemble the breed of a Labrador, aka Judge, who is smiling at its favorite person. The stone sculpture has immaculate craftsmanship and is flawless in its design. The most majestic piece of the item is embedded within the left eye of the stone with a large sapphire gem with an amber-colored tear through the center. The gem that's embedded, it glimmers in the light and gives an overall sculpture a warm but protective feeling. This is called the best friend stone. Basically, it makes you stronger, more perceptive, more wise, more intelligent, more dexterous. A lot of stuff. Stone. Just overall boost.
Okay.
Alright, so that's kind of the left glass case.
Those two things.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, but one more. And she kind of turns around to one of the spinning racks of clothes. On the center of one of the spinning racks, there is various uncommon styles of apparel that is not normally seen to be worn within this region of Manola. It appears Nikolai on his travels has just bought random, very odd, loud clothes. But the racks are divided into 3 oppositely rotating, so, one's counterclockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise.
Yeah.
With the top has hats and glasses, the middle has jackets, shirts, tunics, etc. And then the bottom has shoes, slippers of various styles. Most of these are non-magical. I'm just going to give you that from her. But pretty in their own way. While some, especially one, are locked by arcane matters. And one of these is on the bottom rack and is in fact locked in. And it is a pair of slippers that host the colors of tie-dye black and purple. Resembling common house shoes, these slippers glow with a soft purple aura and have a collection of 8 small beady eyes that open and glance around ever so often. If a customer, as you examine these slippers close enough, you may even see the deployment of 8 tiny hairy legs, 4 on each side of a single slipper, and the slipper itself moves in and around the walls of the arcane box. There is a slight glossy symbol that has been placed on top of these. It's kind of like if you would imagine like super glue kind of look to it, resembling a web, just a spider web. She says, these are the slippers of spider climbing. You ever want to walk up the walls, silly man? Here you go.
Okay, I'm
This is pretty
imagining.
cool.
I'm imagining you just stand still, and the 8 spider legs come out, and you just kind of perk up, and you don't have to move your legs. They just walk
Yeah.
you everywhere. That's the first thing that popped in my head when you said, and you see 8 little legs pop out.
And so she leaves you while you're kind of looking at those items. She comes over to you. In the other glass case across the room, there are 2 more items that lay on the blanketed base of the glass container. One is a black jug that looks like a piece of ancient pottery from the first creations of Bahamut. But this particular jug has not 1, not 2, not 3, but 10 different corked spouts. The black painted jug also has a series of arcane runic drawings that move about and across the surface of the jug itself, and it's constantly changing which cork spout needs to be opened. It kind of points in the direction. A closer examination reveals that these arcane runes represent various creatures, things, or maybe something else entirely. You're unsure. But one definitely looks like a bee that you've seen, especially in the Barley Sea, and another looks like a snake, and then something looks like a blob of, you've never seen anything like this before, not even on this plane. And she looks at it, she says, the jug of wonders. You ask it for one of its kin, and it will give it to you once a day.
Okay, for me, what's that mean? Do you just open this thing and like bees will come out one spout?
Just alchemy jug. If it's like that, one has honey, one has oil, one has water, one
Today you can get one out.
yeah. And then she's like, look. And she brings you on down, and then another item within this glass container on the other end is a small set of glittering glass prisms that open and shut much like a chessboard, although nothing inside. Solid. The prisms fold on their own and are hooked in place by a tiny chain that only allows the prisms to move around the area. They kind of bounce. A closer inspection reveals that within the crystal-like prisms are tongue and teeth. These chattering prisms do not seem to be making sound currently, but seem like they could. These are called sending prisms. It's a slight homebrew to sending stones that I did, so I'll have to give you more of the details of it. Basically, you were able to communicate,
I like talk back and forth through them.
yeah, but it extends as far as you want.
How much are those?
Sending prisms are 300 gold.
A piece?
Peace?
No,
Or
just
for the
no,
set?
no, for the set. 300 gold for the set. Pretty cheap.
Wait, can they talk to you? You said they
You
have
can
teeth and
communicate
stuff.
back and forth.
It's a wonky dog.
I know that, but he said it had teeth and a tongue.
That's how they speak.
I just
It looks
imagine.
right in your ear.
I just wanted to keep one as a pet.
She says, hang on. These can be very useful to you. Not only do it take your words, you can take it for 1 second, scan the area you're in, and it'll send a holographic picture to the other person.
Can I tell if she's bullshitting or not? Because that sounds like some bullshit.
Roll an insight check.
13.
Seems to be telling the truth. She looks around, she's like, Nikolai doesn't like it, but hold on. She unlocks the case, she hands you one, she goes over to the other side of the room, and she says, and scans, and then your prism opens up, and then its tongue and teeth clatter, and you hear her voice, and then it opens all the way up, and it shows you a little picture of the room that you're in. You see you and Violet and all the spinning racks and stuff, and then it vanishes real quick. And she comes back over to you. She's like, "See, told you."
How much? Okay, your buddy down here that gives the tattoos. What's his name?
It's in Nordjul. It's a long ways away, but I might be able to give you a discount.
Dadgummit, I wanted a tattoo today. For those of you that
I can
don't know,
try, but I don't know what it'll look like or do.
In real life, this is exactly how I am. Now I want a real tattoo that I've sat here and thought about the tattoo.
And then she's like, "But no, take your time, look around, decide." And then
Wait, is there a chance that she could give me a claw tattoo? What was that called?
she
An
can
eldritch claw tattoo?
certainly try.
What would we have to roll on that DM?
It's going to be a percentile dice.
So I could get like a random ass tattoo too?
It's
Now,
gonna
good.
Right for the claw.
It
2%
could have-
it actually does. 98% it does nothing.
It's yeah, and then possibly
And
1%
then-
it hurts you
Oh,
versus
a
helps you.
negative, yeah, a negative.
You know what?
First,
No!
How much
I'm
for the
talking to-
pearl?
I'm talking to her.
how much for the pearl?
The pearl is 175 gold.
And how much for the good best friend stone?
Best friend stone, 175 gold also.
I'll take both.
Okay, 350 gold.
Okay. How much would you charge me to try one of these tattoos?
Well, it should be for myself. First time, 50 gold.
Why don't we call it 25? Because you could kill me.
I don't think it'll kill you. It just,
With a magic tattoo, you don't know what's going to happen. You've never done
that
this.
is true. I do not. 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
I can't do it today though. Maybe in a couple days.
What the heck?
I'm working.
Do it right now. 30 gold.
Come back later, after hours.
Can't you just take me out back? Give me a prison tap. That could be really dope.
We'll have to wait for my next associate to come in. We'll go out back to the woodshed and I'll.
Listen, y'all remember I paid for a tattoo.
Alright. This is gonna be good, Robert.
Also, I want a couple of more walkie-talkie boxes. What were those called?
Sending prisms. I'll have to drop that because it's a homebrew item.
I'm just gonna put Oh no, it's on here.
Oh, is it where where you join my campaign, you might be able to find them. Sending.
So quantity, would that be 2?
Just one because it's 1 cent.
Let's see.
Okay. And that was how much? 300.
Yeah.
I like this app because I don't have to do math. I can just type in a number and hit remove.
So Nalu goes back to her, and you also bought 2 health potions. Oh yeah, you don't know. Nalu goes back to the desk, and she's oh, I forgot.
Of course, she's gonna sell me a weapon now.
And then coming down from
The lights turn off.
No. Coming down from the ceiling is this cylindrical, ornate tube that's capped on both ends. It's a floating crystalline tube and has a metallic wand with a smooth rod engraved with blue arcane runes up both sides. These runes give off a soft glow. The metallic rod eventually gives way to a cluster of what seems at first crystals, but after a close inspection are actually what seems at first, I don't know what word I tried to stop, but it's not crystals. But then actually are crystals that have been crafted into the likeness of different types of weapons and armor. Swords, shields, helmets, daggers, warhammers, battle axes, and all other kinds of combat equipment are in a circular array around a gently floating gem in the shape of a greatsword. These colors of the crystals rotate throughout the color spectrum and glow brightly and fade as the colors shift between them. A smoky aura hangs around the central floating gem, giving it a glorious accent. And she says, this one is on the...
Is it just one weapon?
It's a wand. You're not really a caster type. I'm showing Violet more.
Can I use it as a staff?
No, not these. I mean, it would be minuscule staff. You break.
We're back to French again.
Oh.
And she looks at you. She says, "This is rather expensive. What it is called the wand of the war mage."
You think
What
about
exactly
it.
does it do?
I pull her to the side and ask her if she knows anybody that sells monk weapons.
Go close. I know a place, but they're hard to contact. It's within the city.
Oh, thank God. The last time you led me on a goose chase, I found out I had to go on a 2-week journey.
I've sent you on no 2-week journey.
Well, now I'm getting a back alley prison tattoo after a while.
Oh, you want it? I'm trying.
I do want it. I'm excited. I hope it's something
I'm
cool.
kind of excited myself. Plus, I like your muscles. But no need to flex. We'll do that later.
Oh, I wasn't flexing in game. I was flexing in real life.
How much for the wand?
The wand is 775.
It's chump change.
Oh yeah. I want the wand.
He said, I want 2 of them.
She's
Is
like,
it? It's a +1. The
yeah.
green version.
Yeah. She says, Nikolai doesn't like holding these items here in Maple Dock too long, so thank you for purchasing.
So it's 775.
Yeah.
So these people I have to contact.
Yeah, if you can, maybe you'll see some around. They don't show their face. They wear a white mask, cloaks up, more so out at night than day. They call themselves the Briganders. Maybe
So I'm looking for a white mask.
white mask, black cloak.
I have the far traveler background too.
What's that name?
You can the way I look and stuff makes people curious, and you can parlay this attention into access to people and places you might not otherwise have.
Not be able to use it. Is there anything else I can do for you folks?
What time you want me to come back?
See, it's evening now. We close shop up at 8, so maybe like 3 hours.
Take 2 potions.
2 potions, 100 gold.
They're poor now.
I'm not poor.
Just spend it all.
No.
I'm about to say I don't think y'all have lots.
I'm still loaded. I flipped one of these prisms over to Violet, so we might need
I
this.
bought all this and I still have the same amount of gold to shoot.
Okay, good. No, you don't.
I have another 1,200 that I'm holding.
One little thing with the prisms, I need to tell you.
She's gonna get shanked.
They were
back
made by
out.
Nikolai himself, and he, while very proud of them, you need to know, if I can find where they
They
are.
only have a 10-foot talking distance.
They said they were.
I'm very
Use
proud of
25
them.
words.
Read the small print on the seeming prisms, and that's what she tells you because I didn't write it down.
So I can only talk to them once a day?
We do it once? I guess it's like a spell. Wait.
Boo. Put the sending prism in your inventory though, because I forget who I gave the other one to. Has it been 3 hours yet? Can I just stand dead still like in a video game? You know how you hit the button to wait?
Like you take a rubber band so you can get your sneak skill up on Skyrim.
I just stand
Just
still.
crouch and walk into a wall.
I hit back to wait for 3 hours. Just no move. No blinking, nothing. So I'm ready for my tattoo.
Travis, you missed the magic shot.
Sorry, I bought that.
You heard it full tune?
Yeah.
No, we should.
I think the Luckstone requires a tune, does it? It does.
What's the lug stone do? Can you still see me on the camera when I sit like this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it requires a payment.
Oh, okay.
I'll just look the lug stone up. You can play Travis now. He's been sitting over for a
Plus,
while.
checks and saving throws.
The what now? You said that way too fast.
You don't know. You don't have it.
So,
it's called that.
Robert's gonna
It's plus
Violet.
one saving throws and ability
What are you
checks.
gonna do after?
Uh,
So you all bought the prisms, you bought the pearl of power, you bought the stone, you bought the wand, and you're getting a tattoo
We both got healing potions too.
and healing potion.
I'll add it here.
And I'm getting tatted up.
I'm gonna put one in the back.
So, like,
So there's still items there.
is there a
well,
table?
I'm gonna give him the website.
I'm gonna look up a table for these magic tattoos. What kind of percentages do you want?
It's gonna be custom because she's not a tattooist, nor is she an arcanist.
So it's not gonna be. You're gonna get like syphilis or something. Just while I'm there, I will look up, see if there's anything on. The Durin Dukes. And anything about the fallen god Cyric.
Okay, roll me another investigation check.
But that can just be while he's doing whatever.
Okay, so there's 12 tattoos. Oh no, wait. There's 11 tattoos.
13.
You spend a lot of time researching this. I would say probably an hour or two, kind of looking through the books and the scrolls. You come across the name Durin Dukes. The best that you really gather from the readings and stuff there is secret organization obsessed with relics. It's about it. It's
Okay.
and it's more so the location that you're in is the reason why. Even though he's traveled around, there's not. You glean that a conversation with Nikolai, based on what all he's found and kind of what you're seeing, he's after magical items, artifacts, stuff like that. Probably a conversation with Nikolai would go well beyond what you're finding in this book. But that's kind of so that's something you can glean from it. Actual substance there, not so much.
So it's like, well, there's nothing here. Maybe I can talk to him about it.
Cyric is you do find a little bit on Cyric. Cyric was a fallen god, who is his domain is lying and trickery. You find that he was unearthed in a region far from Manola within the world of Redelian.
Like currently or a long time ago?
Long time. He, well, the region's name is Camelstra. He was unearthed within a massive.
How do you spell it?
Chimelstra. Elstra. You read, and as you kind of read on through this little book, that he was unearthed by a bunch of dwarves who were doing some mining and excavating in the region. They unearthed his avatar because this was after the Day of Chaos. And as you kind of glean that the dwarves who unearthed him somehow, someway were normal, law-abiding dwarves and were instantly evil, so to speak. Okay. Cyric has been in hiding. There's nothing in the book that ever tells about him being defeated or destroyed, imprisoned, nothing. But the dates on it are about 400-ish years ago when this was. Okay. Got you little tidbits here and there. Alright. Pausing you two. Because that's going to take you all a few hours, and we'll work on that. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Okay.
I was trying to look for a table.
Actually, right before we get to Craeloth. No.
Yeah, I mean, do that.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and we'll do. This will be our intermission break.
An hour 20.
So, all of you guys watching, Hunter.
That's
All right, guys.
S word. 11. It's 11. Type 11 in the comments
No, not 11.
for your chance. To
Alright guys, it's that time. The code word for the contest you need to enter in the comments is Violet, capital V with an exclamation point. Remember, you have to be subscribed to the channel. Make sure and like the video. If you're not, you won't be eligible to win. Our next giveaway.
Only enter one time.
Oh yeah, enter once. More than that,
Disqualified.
disqualified.
Yeah.
The next giveaway will be an even bigger surprise. Then, once we reach 100 subscribers, we will give away a chaotic crate. One lucky winner will get all kinds of cool stuff from our channel and a personalized card from each of us here. If you are the winner, a member, one of us, or one of our producers will reach out to you to get your information so we can get you the shirt ASAP.
We're going to jump to. No, let's go ahead and do the tattoo.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, poor Travis ain't got to do anything.
I know he's getting ready to.
I will roll my die sometime today.
He's got some showtime coming.
I rolled it
All right.
just for fun. I got to
Here's the joke. I'm going to punch this random woman in the teeth in the back alley and just rob her. Don't want your stupid tattoo, whore.
Roll me a. So this is what she's going to attempt.
I'm wanting the Eldritch,
I know what you're. So you're
the
wanting.
Eldritch Claw.
You're wanting the Eldritch Claw, but
You get that eventually. Like, you get that in like 2 or 3 levels.
I don't care.
Oh, he wants to have damage?
No, it's the one that gives him, it makes his unarmed strikes magical.
And it +1 on the damage roll. And I can once a day I can do my melee match, but unarmed or armed melee strikes reach up to 15 feet.
Uh-oh. You got me.
Where does it say you get a +1?
Panic in your eyes.
I don't know if it's right here, but all the other ones I've read said +1 to attack.
yeah, and +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls with unarmed strikes.
I got a wand that does that.
What's gonna happen is I'm
It just
gonna
lets me make the encounters harder. So, I mean, that's why.
this janky ass tattoo I'm gonna have. It'll be a -1, and I'll have to get the real Eldritch Claw tattoo later just to even it out.
It's gonna be awesome. Alright, so roll me.
That's my Eldritch Claw ability, and my arms just go. Whoop, and I'm
Roll me a D12.
12. Shucks, what do those look like? Small D20, right? Yeah.
You want to roll this one?
Blow one up for me. I said blow, not spit. Jesus.
I was on a lick, but you know.
7.
Mine.
That's odds and evens. I'm assuming 20's going off.
Yeah.
My hands are wet.
I just took a drink of water. You said blow on it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's moist.
You rolled a what?
7. I'm glad because I forgot. Glad I didn't move.
Alright.
I remember that.
I'm going to roll. Or let's see. So next we're going. Yeah, I'm going to roll for her to see
Whoa,
how she
whoa.
does.
You have to give me a description. If this by some miracle works out, you have to give me a description of what the tattoo looks like.
Okay. Alright.
It's just a face tattoo. You have an ice cream cone. Like, is it Jeezy? I have an ice cream cone like that rapper.
Where do you want it at?
Just my arm.
Like bicep?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
Apparently all of them like move around, so.
You have a chance. Roll
Wow.
double zeros on the dice.
Wow.
That's the D10.
Ah, come on!
Another 0.
Right? So she starts. Roll me Constitution saving throw.
Hold on.
You got to scream.
You're dead. Oh. What if that picked up on the camera?
Fart.
Yeah. Where's
Just-
Constitution saving roll at? Is that over here?
It's like at the top, I think. Oh.
Yeah, we're good.
My throat.
Oh, solid 6.
6. So as she begins weaving this needle of sorts that she had seen Nikolai use previously, not for tattooing, but for doing things
For
to
sewing.
clothing and different. She's in blood.
You're just getting a poke and stick tattoo.
You've seen regular tattoos happen before out in the aisles, and you don't remember this much blood. And then your arm goes numb.
That's good.
And
I'm
you're
gonna be a one-armed monk.
You're like, oh, wait a minute. What's going on? You lose the feeling of your fingers and your hands up your forearm, and then your hand goes limp. And you scream.
Ah! There you go.
This
Sorry.
progresses on for 1 hour, 2 hours.
15 hours later, you have a janky smiley face.
Nalu's like, I'm sorry, but I'm trying. I'm so sorry, I am trying. She finishes about hour 4, and we're almost to midnight. When she finishes, you look at your arm. You've got the feeling back in your hand.
Okay.
It's still like your hand's not drooping, and it's like the sleepy kind of feel, you know. As you look at where the supposed tattoo is supposed to be, there is a massive, almost the entire length of your arm, light pole.
Say what?
A lot. It's like a fence post with a lantern hanging off of it. It's crudely drawn.
Oh, my arm.
But it's enough to where you can tell what it is. She said, she says, I don't know what it will do, but it is there. Snap your fingers. You snap your finger. A page appears in front of your hand, and as you,
I got the crappy one. At least you got one.
you can write. You have the Illuminator's tattoo.
Does it actually work?
It works. It rolled bad enough for it to not work.
Wow.
I mean, literally, she had to roll a 1 or a 2 to give you exactly what you wanted. She rolled an 8, so I mean, she was pretty dang close.
That's the Illuminator's tattoo?
Illuminator's tattoo.
Boo. It's an attuned.
So you rolled double zeros?
Yeah, I rolled double zeros, then an 8.
I wonder what that's under.
So
There it is.
that's what you spend your night doing. I love being a DM. It's-
What level? Like, what's a wondrous side of me?
Does it
Craeloth.
require attunement?
Yeah. Well, it's,
Hours
Yeah.
way
I don't know
before
how to do
this was occurring.
Okay, and then down here you got the
You are leaving the trade step.
Jake, yes. What?
You progress through the 3rd step, which is the common, which is where a lot of the people live. In the center of the common, there's kind of like a square, like a main intersection where the steps cascade down all the way to the ocean, you know, because the city kind of, you know, it stair steps down, and so you're kind of walking up the big. I mean, it's just massive staircase.
Don't you know? I draw glowing penises everywhere.
Jester, as Laura Bailey would be proud of you. You don't even know who she is, but she would be proud of you.
You do know who she is.
But as you get to the, you're kind of in the commons, the residential area, and there's town criers and not really like a business thing like the trade step, but just some like government services, couriers, like a post office, so to speak. There's some different things here. And as you're approaching, weirdly enough, you hear Ambassador Craeloth Tala-Rane, second of his name from the palace in Giant's Walk, representative of the Bugbear Nation in Forbolgia. You hear it. It's a little distance ahead, but you hear it. And then as you progress that way, you hear it again. Ambassador Craeloth Tala-Rane, second of his name from the palace in the Giant's Walk, representative of the Bugbear Nation in Forbolgia. As you approach, you see a halfling man. And he's got like a big satchel and kind of like a little cart that has all kinds of stuff on it. And it's clearly a courier. And he's kind of calling out into this cone, you know, yelling. And then after he says yours, he goes on and says a few more different names of people. And you see some people, oh, stop and go over there and get whatever letters or items. He's wearing kind of like a pirate kind of hat, you know, like a duster and little shorter stature halfling. Alright. Do you approach?
I'm Craeloth Tala-Rane.
Ah, it's not often you see a bugbear here.
I reach down and extend my hand.
And he extends his, and your hand's like 10 times the size of his. One moment, sir. He digs through his cart. He takes out a package, and the package is about, I don't know, 8 inches, about 8 inches, like, you know, just a square box. And he says, I've been yelling for you about a week now.
Oh,
I'm not sure when you were supposed to be here, so
yeah, it's all kind of.
if it's a goodie from your mama, it's probably old.
Let's hope it's not a puppy.
Yeah, it'd be dead. Anyways, here you go.
Thank you.
And it's
Do I
very,
owe you anything for this?
no, it was paid for in advance.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you.
It's very rudimentary, basic wooden box. It's just 6 pieces of 8-inch squares put together. It's got a little green and yellow ribbon tied on the top. Strikingly enough, your hometown colors. And have a good day.
You as well.
He goes on with his cart. What do you want to do?
Am I like out in the middle of a bunch of people? Like in
Yeah,
the
it's just like a crowd.
Is
Like,
there somewhere I can like get kind of like go off to the side.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not making a roll for it. You just kind of look around. You kind of see like a little, like a divot or a covert.
Just somewhere I can just get a little more privacy and open it up.
Okay. So you go kind of in like this little indenture. You move on towards like you're going to the gold step where the seating executor and stuff is. So you kind of make your way on over to this little cubby hole, kind of almost like going down an alley, but not, and you inspect the box. The package looks as if it was a small, delicately made wooden box that has no lid, no hinges, nor writing, except for a small note as you flip it over on the bottom. And it says, "Open this only among trusted ones."
Okay, I'll wait till tonight then. Reading that, I'll wait till we're in our room, so I'll put that over. I'll smash that for now.
Okay. Alright, and do you continue on to the Silver Nest? Yes. Alright. So as you leave the residential area and you approach the gold step, there is an array of stammering sentinels there. "Hold, sir, what is your plans and purpose?"
Good evening. My name is Craeloth Tala-Rane. I represent the Bugbear Nation. I am the ambassador. I'm here to procure trade services
Papers?
and my documents.
You will have an escort?
Very well.
He points. About 4 sentinels come down. Because first 2 come down, and he's like, 4 come down.
I'm assure you it's not necessary, but that's for your comfort.
"Sir, you are large
I understand.
and a bugbear.
No, I will cause no issues.
Move along."
No, thank you.
And so you move on in, they reunite like the guard wall. As you move through the Gold Keep, you see various, these houses are mansions. They're massive. A lot of these they house noblemen, and eventually you pass by the Gold Keep. And the outside, you pass by 2 things that really catch your eye. One has a big sign out front that says Enderlin's Chateau. And it looks like a ivory kind of, like if you think old Greek or Roman style architecture. You call it something. I forget what it's called. I don't know. Anyway, the real bright white stonework to
Like
form the
marble?
architect. Yeah, I guess marble, like aged marble. It's got dinks and dents and things in it that's made it look rougher. But the plant life is extravagant, and you would only imagine that some of these plants have been brought from the Manola jungle and set here to try and grow, and he has gardeners and stuff that maintain it, have this real lively area. But you go on past that chateau and make your way through. You see that there's Gothic architecture of gargoyles, goblins, and other creatures found around the world. And it looks like that there's a massive garden place that's decorated by all of those extravagant plants to be a common place for ceremonies. And as you look down there, there's currently a ceremony going on. It looks like a wedding of some sorts. No, I'm sorry. It's not a wedding right now. It is a funeral of some sorts. You see, like, they're paying respects to.
Either way, my condolences.
They just nod, and you continue on, and then you pass the Gold Keep. And you know that the Gold Keep is the elected mayor, or as known here, executor's chambers. It is a large gold-plated cathedral-type building with a large courtroom for the citizens of the city to present their cases to the executor. The Gold Keep has 4 towers that ascend into the air, overlooking the various steps below. And that's all you see from. And you continue on towards the Silver Nest.
Yeah, I'm going to tell my escort what I'm looking for. I'm looking for some armors, set up some trade agreements.
As you go, they will basically inform you the same thing that they learned about, the new stammering law under King Matthias is weapons. Civilians should have no need for weapons if the stammering sentinels do their job. So that's they kind of relay that information, but he's like, what you're trying to achieve as an ambassador and those types of things may, you might have some.
This is for my people in their homeland where there are no sentinels. So I heard this weapons and armor from Stammer make are the best, and I want the best for my people.
Maybe the governor will give you her ear.
Worth a shot.
So as you make your way on through, you go through a series, and as you're advancing through the steps up to the Silver Nest, you notice that there is increased guard activity. I mean, the closer you get, the more checkpoints, the more watches. I mean, it just gets heavier and heavier. And you would guess that this is probably one of the largest armies that you have seen, even from your travels across to. You pass by the Walkhead prison, which you passed by previously, and you just know that it's a prison that holds various highly dangerous criminals. And there are some criminals that are held in here also from the surrounding area or inside of Maple Dock. If caught, Walkhead prison is known for housing some violent, treasonous vigilantes from years past. And this probably explains the heavy guard present within the step. But eventually, you arrive to the Silver Nest. Sitting atop the cliffside city of Mapledock rests a circular-like building with various branches of stonework jutting out into the open skies of the Barley Sea. The castle's stone exterior glimmers as the sun rays reflect off the tiny silver ores embedded within the rocky surface. Little is known of the interior, but the exterior reminds a passerby of shiny coin laying on top of a bucket of gravel. Numerous stammering sentinels guard the entrances and exits, while others are off duty but still reside within and about the nest, as this is their home where their barracks are for their services. As you kind of look around, there are wooden tree trunks bracing the stonework to create a protected field for the residents of Mapledock. In the center back of the nest, there's a square that's fairly large in size and gives way to an exterior chamber as you approach. So you're kind of, to set this up, like if this was the castle, you enter into like a cube that has one side gone and the top gone. So it's like a stonework cube, and then it's like a garden of sorts. And there's two trees that are really tall, just way up into the air. And in between those two trees, there's two branches that meet together, and it looks like they've been either very meticulously made to form a balcony, or there's been some arcane magical work done from druids or something to make the trees form a balcony with a railing. And there's like a little podium that stands up. And as you look around, there's a few other people there wearing extravagant clothes like you. Some seem to be ambassadors from elsewhere. The governor is sitting atop this balcony in a wooden throne, and on either side of her, she has her council of stammering advisors, probably elected from either King Matthias himself or his council to govern this region of the kingdom. And as you see her sitting there, you know her name as you went on the way and just been around. Her name is Governor Ursula. She gives speeches regularly, commended by King Matthias to the nobles and merchants, for all of the people in the kingdom of Stammerin to hear, as they have the right to know the initiative and news of the kingdom. As you approach, roll me a perception check.
Natural 18. Ooh. Plus something. Plus 3. 21.
21. So you're going here. There's three cases in front of you. The first guy says, Your Lordship, there has been a disturbance between the mountain pass, between the Devil's Revelry, and the Wolfthorn Valley. We are formally submitting a request for aid from the Kingdom of Stammerin, as we are in talks to join. We need help to qualm this affair. And Ursula says, very political vagueness. We will take this issue, we will raise it to the high courts, get news to King Matthias himself, and see what the king wants to do. Let it be known that the kingdom of Tala-Rane stands with all those who seek peace.
Does she seem like she cares, or is she just like bored?
She seems like she's there to do a job. It's not necessarily that she doesn't care. It's probably she was a combat hungry youth, and now she's survived and she's aged and she's no longer as combat efficient as she once was. Therefore, she's been kind of given to the government. She's also, just in Manola in general, you know that dwarves like higher places, mountainous regions and stuff, and she's not in that. She's down here in the Barley Sea. So, it's kind of just it's a situational thing kind of with her. You kind of, just by the way she talks, she's proud to serve the kingdom of Tala-Rane. She's proud to wear the armor. And she likes what she does, but she would probably rather it be someone else. And she's, this ambassador slowly bows. He's a human, extremely hairy. Extremely, almost rival you, hairy, but human. So it's kind of odd. But he's very tall. He moves swiftly, and he's wearing rugged leather armor that looks like he's traveled through to have an audience. And so he walks by and he nods, and goes on. There's another person in front of you, dressed in like a clergyman, kind of real pompous gown with a big hat, almost reminiscent of like the Pope or something like that. Real clergy, religious attire. And he approaches the governor and says, "I am from the Peacemaker Coalition. We are beginning an inquisition in the middle and western regions of Manola. We advise the kingdom of Tala-Rane to join in these efforts to serve the mighty god Arathis. There needs to be a cleansing of the pirates in the west and all of those uncivilized nations. We will convert or cause peace." Ursula looks at him. Same political vagueness. We will raise your concerns to the high courts. If it makes it to the high courts, King Matthias will be notified. Tala-Rane, the kingdom of Tala-Rane always stands for peace. He kind of smirks, like she's writing him off since that was the previous answer. And he's got a few cloaked, hooded, almost monk-like people, like actual monk, not D&D monk, like monks. They got the haircuts and they're wearing the robes. They got their arms crossed, and they follow closely behind this high-ranking clergy. And in the last case in front of you is a small, thin, dragonborn female. She looks like she's wearing rags. Looks extremely weathered and worn. And she approaches the balcony and she says, "Your Lordship, I'm from the Hammerfields, west and northward. For whatever reason, our land has been struck with drought. It's been struck by illness and sickness. Some of our leaders have been driven mad. It's not so much that we're asking for help, but we're also asking for protection. It seems that Dragonborns are being blamed for what's occurring there due to devil's magic, but I do not believe it's true." Ursula kind of looks at her, and you can tell Ursula has pity for the poor, kind of. And she says, "Daughter, what is your clan name?" And she says, "I am of no clan, but I have a great, great, great grandfather of the name of Rogar. He once sat on a throne there after winning a competition. We have recently been oppressed for whatever reason. Some say it was the return of a devilish one. I am unaware, but there was a merchant passing by, and we loaded up on the ship, and we're seeking a place of refuge for the time being. And Ursula says, "We will provide this." And she's like, "Bring her up. We will discuss these matters accordingly, and we'll get her situated." And so they bring her up and put her in. She gets the guards. Her guard escorts walk her in these big double doors. She says, "Ambassador Craeloth Tala-Rane."
Yes, and I'll take my back of my cape and I'll do a big bow, my hand out, flourish it.
Very nice.
Thank you for seeing me.
What can we do for you?
I'm here to secure trade between Stamrin, specifically its armors and weapons, for my people.
I cannot make that decision on my own, but I can surely send it up, but they will ask why.
My people need weapons, my people need armor. Stamrin has the reputation of having the finest. I want my people to have the best. We have gold.
While you're kind of spilling out your thing, one of her advisors leans over and whispers something to her. And her demeanor changes. Master Craeloth, approach. And the guards just nod as you walk up. One stays kind of close to you. And the balcony as you approach extends down like the trees bow, and it lowers the governor down. And now she doesn't let it lower to where she's not below your height, but she's just right above it, to where she's still just a little bit taller. She says, "Ambassador, do you know the current state of your land in the west?"
Yes. People are in trouble.
I don't. What do you mean by trouble?
They have been taken. We are oppressed, and then also I've now learned my people have been enslaved in Satonia.
The bugbears in the west are gone.
All gone.
Catchfish, gone. Crabite, gone. Bold Bay, gone. The giants, or goalies as some call Goliaths, they've declared war on the furbolgs and the bugbears in the region. It's been mass genocide. Those that laid down their arms were enslaved, sent to the Isles of Satonia for payment. Any that resisted were executed on the spot. The furbolgs have retreated deep into Furbolgia and are amassing a manner of war practices. A few days prior, another ambassador, actually, are you familiar with magic? I would assume you are, at least to some extent.
Crael's like hearing this, and he's like trying to hold it together. He's like,
There was a, she kind of like picks up on it and she like sees, There was a, one of arcane intellect of your race, bugbear, teleported in the city maybe a week and a half ago or so, and he asked for aid from the Stamrin Kingdom. Apparently he was attempting to go to Stamrin, the stronghold of Stamrin itself, but wasn't able to. This was where he could come and not to be tracked, traced, or anything in that manner. They are calling this the Giants' War. There's been a massive outcry from that region. Our ambassadors within John's Walk for the Stamrin Kingdom advised against this sort of attack, Bishop Ivy is missing, along with her children. The Goliath king was assassinated, and an elected, or whatever you want to call him, has took his place. His first act after the assassination of the king was to remove Bishop Ivy. No one knows where she's been. Some say they paid the Aarakocras from Fjord's throat to come down and secure her, protect her, and take her away, out of harm, her and her children. Others say that she is somewhere within the Giant's Trust or the Blue Lock below. Little is known. Our ambassadors there are under heavy scrutiny and eyes of the goalies. I didn't know if you knew the extent to what had occurred. The bottom half of the Goalie Meadows are on fire as we speak. War mages destroyed everything in between. It's the Goliaths have always had a warring nature. Never like this. It's always been peaceful, or at least for a long time, since well before when the Furbolgs and the Vice had their initial conflict. Furbolgia has reached out to Stamrin, as the reports have shown, for assistance. The goalies have reached out to Stamrin to stay out of it. King Matthias has yet to make his decision. It's been almost a week since King Matthias was made aware.
Even your own bishop was taken, and yet he's not active. King Matthias is not active.
Well, Bishop Ivy is not really his bishop. She's the bishop of the Furbolgs. Remember, it's like an oligarchy. You got an elected female from Furbolgia and then elected male from the Goalie Meadows. So King Matthias's person, which you would know this because you've been in that political circle, King Matthias's selected person is like, it's basically an embassy within the Giant's Trust, and they have been unharmed, and they are still allowed to participate in all these courts and do these things. And then he has two different sides, or the goalies are advising him to stay out of it. Once he learned of this, he immediately sent one of his court wizards to Furbolgia as an ambassador to set up an embassy there. And that person has been reporting back the Furbolgian information. So he's trying to get information from all sides before he makes an attempt. Is what I should have accented that, but that's what she said. I'm sorry that this is the state when you were trying to do a noble deed for your people. But I think that before you need to procure trade routes and places for your people, safety needs to be first.
That was my actual intention.
I can give you what I can.
I need supplies.
What means of transport, and where do I send you?
I need a captain that is in prison, and I need armor.
Captain in prison.
He's the one I need to get this done.
And she looks back, and you see this massive, he's a tiefling, and he's like buff. Sorry about that. He's massive. I mean, he's extremely huge, and he's got like all these keys and 2 battle axe. I mean, he's like, you can tell him he's probably like the lead warden of the Lockheed prison. He approaches, and he whispers something else, to her. Probably you would insight gain that he's telling her that there is one in there, and this is the charges, and blah blah blah. Is the captain you're inquiring about Captain Alfie?
That's his name.
Okay. The charges brought against him are larceny and embezzlement.
We go to Setonia, and we go to fight for my people. This person you're paying to feed him, to keep him, will take him, and he will not return. He will. If he survives, he will not return here. I know this for a fact. I will take this prisoner, and you will never worry about him again. And in the meantime, I have a captain I know can get to where I need to go quicker.
Okay, Craeloth, Ambassador, you seem very... My brain's failing.
Determined.
Determined. There was that word that starts with an A that I was trying to think of. Adamant. You seem very adamant to pursue this. I will work with you, but I must ask something in return. I don't know if it's his cronies. I don't know if it's his truth from before. The larceny and embezzlement has not stopped. Investigate this in the next coming trade ships that come in. It seems almost every one, not every single one, but every time we have a massive unload transport of goods from around, we are missing things. It started a few weeks when Captain Alfie began. If you can investigate these things, let me know what you find and see if we can put an end to this larceny and embezzlement. We will discuss what will be done with Captain Alfie, and I will lean in your favor if you can help me stop this, because I'm tired of reporting to the Kingdom of Stamrin goods are missing.
Very well. In the meantime, I need armor. I need to be able to fight for my people. Can I get this soon?
What kind of armor are you searching for?
Stamrin's best plate.
We can probably arrange it.
Very
Give me
well.
time to gather materials, come back in a day,
Okay.
or I'll have someone. Where are you staying?
Nestle.
Gibbers, yeah.
Gibbers Yellow.
Okay, generally, we don't like taking weapons into the streets because we have heavily informed civilians that that's not allowed. You are an ambassador, which gives you a certain ranking status different. If no one approaches you by sometime in the morning or tomorrow by lunch, if you don't care to venture back, and I'll see what's happening with this procurement.
Absolutely.
Sorry for the news, Ambassador, but good luck.
Thank you. I will work on your issue as well, and that way we can move forward.
And the balcony raises, and then one of the men beside of her, that is all that we have today. Meeting is adjourned. We will take place in the meeting 4 days later. And they all rise in unison and leave. And your guard escort is like, I'm sorry, Ambassador, but we must go.
Just like ears ringing, just stunned. Just lets them guide him out.
And so you exit the Silver Nest. I'm going to say over this next part, all this happens. You two get back to the Yipper's Yell, I assume, first, because he's getting his redneck tattoo. Sorry to turn it on. Freaky.
Shoot.
Turned off the drama right there.
Dang.
Sorry, Trav.
Okay, so I do it.
Nope. The way it should be.
Camera fell.
I wrote that so long ago, and I waited.
He explains as to what happened, and you have no idea what happened.
I wasn't there.
But if he's not going to.
Time to recap what happened, Trav. What happened, Craeloth?
Hang on, you ain't there yet.
Wait. Are we back to us?
You're not.
You're getting your tattoo. They just got back to the Yipper's Yell.
Okay.
Because they're going to get there first, I just want to see what happens.
How much was that luck stone, real quick?
170.
175.
Okay. Add 175 back. I'm taking it off. And I'll wait for this. Alright, go ahead.
I give him the legs.
You walk back past the Magister's thing if you wanted to go in and look at those two items.
Once I talk to Violet,
Does he hear me yelling out
I
back?
might go back and
Probably.
Yeah. I'm just gonna-
Well, you all were there for hours, so he
Yeah.
might not have. It might have been a little bit time. The time weave is all over. the
This
place.
might be another day since I gotta wait 4 days anyway.
Weapons people call them.
Okay.
What?
The weapon people that she told me to look for with the white masks.
Briganders.
Thank you.
As you all follow the signs and you make it to the Yipper's Yell, on the western edge of the trade step, there's a small rocky mound with a broken ramp that leads to a ran-aground ship that has been remodeled to have an inn made out of it. Some of the wooden planks still have dried barnacles and chunks of hardened coral attached. The entrance looks as if cannonballs have struck the side of the ship at some point, probably during a great battle. Upon entering the broken wooden ship, there are several circular wooden tables with stools. Across the way from a large wooden bar, there are There are stuffed fish and animals that seem to have been a hunter's treasure or a glorious kill that decorate the walls. Several have arrows through their eyes or in the center of their forehead as an excellent shot. There are wolf and bear pelts, owl bear skulls, a few different types of fish, and other basically non-monstrous animals, either pelts, bones, hides that have been taxidermied. Pretty cool. There are a
It's
few,
like a hunting cabin.
kind of, yeah, like a lodge.
But built in a ship.
Yeah. There are 2 dwarves that are straightening up glasses and wiping down the bar. There are a few patrons in the lower room eating and drinking. A raspy voice calls out from behind the bar. Hey, welcome to the Yip.
Is it just us or is Duma there too?
Duma's still not there yet.
Okay.
You would imagine how much was on that cart, and if they have to go through and make a ledger and stuff, it's going to take a while.
Okay. Duma mentioned we would have a place to stay here.
Oh, yeah. I'm Umbly.
Umbly?
Umbly. I'm at your service.
With an H.
No, just Umblie. His blonde dreadlocks shift slightly across his broad and scarred chest. He is wearing a loose chain-mailed apron and has a belt with clanking and clattering tankards.
Yeah.
He has bright green eyes that peer out from the furrowed brow while beads of sweat slowly stream down the sides of his face. And there's another dwarf, female, presumably his wife. He says, Sarai, we have a few thirsty ones here, newcomer special. And she is wearing a tightened white button-up shirt, in part with green-fastened apron around her waist. She has reddish hair that is braided into 2 twin braids that fall down the center of her back. The sides of her head are shaven, and her blue eyes look like the bottom of a well, a deep dark blue. She smiles with a buck-toothed smile. Hold on, warriors, take a seat. I shall serve you. And she begins setting out some tankards and setting them on the bar in front of her and in front of you. I assume you all approach kind of the bar area.
Do you have any wine?
Oh, what kind would you be searching for?
Well, what are my options?
Anything you can think of. We got raspberry wine, cherry wine, grape wine, red wine.
While she's saying all these flavors, Craeloth's like, another.
I'll just push my ale over again.
And as you're drinking this is probably the best ale you've ever tasted. Anyway,
A fine red.
comes back and he takes away the tankard and hooks it back on his belt, and then she whips out a goblet that looks like a dragon foot, has like a dragon eye on it, fills it all the way to the brim, it runs over the top, she's like, slides in, it sloshes, it's just real.
Yeah.
Where are you boys? Well, sorry, I'm not used to seeing women in here often. Where are you guys from?
Craeloth says, was for Volgia.
Oh yeah, I heard the news from the crier not long ago. Seems ill fortune struck that place. You'll be going to war, I assume, fairly soon.
Seems that way.
Good luck in that. We'll make sure we send a keg with you. It's good stuff, eh?
That's the great part about this.
You're right.
This is very nice. Thank you. It's lifted my spirits.
I'm still excited.
Sorry to hear whatever you may have to endure.
Thank you.
How's the wine?
How's the wine? It's pretty good.
Very good. I don't know. You tell.
You tell me.
It's probably not the best you've ever had, based where you would have been with the monastery, had some fine stuff.
Yeah.
But it's good. Yeah.
It's nice to have a good glass of wine after some travels.
Yeah. It's well, would you all partake in a meal?
Yeah.
Sarai, we need 2 of the newcomer. I'm on it. She goes back there and starts frying up, whatever. It's like it's like a iron sheet that has been beaten thin, and they build a fire under it. It's the very first.
It's a black stove.
Yeah, it's the very first flat stove. So it's like the very first griddle. Then she's over there. She's making all kinds of food for you guys, and he goes back and starts cleaning out his tankard. So you all kind of have.
Did I hear war?
My people have been decimated. The Goliaths have taken over Furbolgia. They've declared war on the bugbears and the furbolgs. My people have been, we know about the slaves. The rest have been executed. We're to go rescue my people. I'm going to rescue my people with you.
Do we go for the slaves or?
We go for the slaves first, and then we make our way. I'm going to make my way. I know this is a lot to ask. I'm not sure what our plans were besides saving my people. But right now, from what I know, that's the plan. And there is no plan. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm one man.
You're two people. I'll be there.
Thank you.
I'm still getting the tattoo at this point. I'm gonna be-
Right, you're screaming.
In the distance.
You all should have stuck with me because I'm getting ready to find the underground people eaters over here that sell weapons.
You're going to get to bed. You're going to get exhausted.
What time of day is it?
I just need to make one more back alley deal to go with my tattoo.
You need to stick to hit people.
Yeah, a spear, a pointy stick.
I'll give you a mace.
So, sorry. I was trying to answer a lot of question. You
What
all,
time of day is it?
we're probably, his tattoo's going to take him to almost midnight, so it's probably like 10 p.m. It's late. It's getting late.
Do I know if they bring shipments in nighttime, daytime?
Generally, if a ship arrives at night, just based on where you kind of understand, even if they'll normally arrive throughout the night sometimes, but generally nothing happens till morning, or the ships will arrive first thing in the morning, and then that way the captains can unload and then immediately head back out. So, kind of, I would say 90% arrive during the morning and then unload so they can head back. They kind of time it that way. Maybe just a few arrive in the middle of the night that have made good time.
Oh, Violet, I forgot to tell you about this news I've gotten, but I got a deal to release the captain.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I need to speak to his sister, but we got Duma might want to help, but I have to. There's some embezzlement going on by Bridge crew, so I need to stop it. Fighting, talking to him. Yeah, I'm sorry. Alfie, yeah.
But so Alfie is in jail.
Yes, but I can.
But yet he was accused of embezzlement. But he's in jail, so he's not there. And it's still happening?
He is in jail. His crew is embezzling. They're still going on without him.
But wasn't he new to that crew? Either way, we'll look into it.
Yeah, that's the goal. When that is stopped, we have our captain. Might be another fight on our hands.
Have a direction.
Yeah.
About this time, Harpene walks in.
Oh.
It looks like she's sunburnt a little bit. She's been hanging out at the beach all day.
Just imagine she's very pale.
She walks in, she's like, "Hello.
You alright over there?
Much needed day of rest. I am going to turn in. Seems the place is pretty nice, really. Out of the places I've been, beats the heck out of Polyfield, does it not?
It wouldn't take much.
Yeah, that is also true. I'll see you in the morning.
What are your plans?
Going to sleep. I don't really know. I haven't been in touch with the flower mother. I may try to contact her tomorrow. I may take another beach day.
Aren't you going with Cortland?
He's still been in that. Last I saw, he went to the Magister's Mysteries, and I haven't heard or seen of him since. I don't know.
He
Haven't
wasn't there
contacted
when we were there.
Don't know. Haven't talked to him. Talk to you in the morning.
Good night.
Some more time passes. Cable comes strolling in.
Did I notice any of the white masked men on my way back to
Roll
the-
perception check.
Yes. That's over here.
I assume that you... Did you tell mean everything, like all the other things.
Yeah,
No.
everything.
Like,
Yeah, oh, yeah, all the,
You've
all
been
the
here
people,
like 10 hours.
Yeah, I told you about all the
You haven't
problems.
seen
We were
anything
8
yet.
hours, so I told you about all the people's problems that I heard. And
So I stroll back
I
in,
know you
weaponless,
didn't, like, in a quotation if I wasn't there.
with a fresh tat.
Of a fence post with a lamp.
I imagine it was like swelled up, like huge.
No, it's just pussy right now.
Pretty gnarly looking.
good gods.
Do you want me to take a look at that?
I write in the air with my finger.
A arcane mist formulates a page, and whatever he writes with his finger.
I'm just gonna. Hey, that's pretty neat.
Ow!
How long does it last?
I reckon it's forever.
How long does your writing last in there?
I thought it was like if you wrote on paper. It's
No. I can write in the air. It don't have to be on paper in the air.
I think that's what
But, huh?
I mean, that's cool.
Hold on. What's it called?
It should be in D&D Beyond.
Oh, it is. I've just been Googling it. There it is. Illuminator's tattoo. While this tattoo is on your skin, you can write with your fingertip as if it were an ink pen that never runs out of ink. Oh, maybe I can't write there?
No, you have to write on paper.
Oh.
Which, I got the worst one. Out of all the possible options.
I literally
got
went.
anything.
I clicked on the link that had them in order. You rolled a 7, and I counted, and that was the 7th one.
It says, as an action, you can touch a piece of writing up to 1 page in length and speak a creature's name. The writing becomes visible to everyone other than you and the named creature for the next 24 hours.
You know what I was gonna do if she failed? Everything you touched that had writing disappeared.
That would have been dope.
Especially all of Violet's documents and scrolls and everything.
Oh, let me
That's
see
going to the
that.
bag of holding. You ain't ever touch it.
Oh, did you see where D&D Beyond you can actually put things in the back
I
of
think,
the
I don't know if you can.
What?
This isn't updated yet.
yeah, you can
It's on
actually.
my
They have an
tablet,
option where you
so-
can actually put it in the bag of holding.
Oh, let me see that. It doesn't say anything.
It's blank. All right, so you guys are in the Yipper's Yell. They feed you. They give you ale, and then they'll bring a tab by, and it's like 1 gold each.
I'm done. I've got a full belly. and
Yeah,
everything. I don't eat.
Yeah, you're good. You've had the eloquent choice.
I'll
I
give
got a
her
free meal.
Violet my last food. I'll keep the table up to speed. What's going on also?
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Let them know about the plans in the morning to go to the dock if you're interested.
Are we fighting there?
Possibly.
Yes.
Do you think that they would do that in broad daylight?
No, but at least we can see how it works and maybe where the goods are brought to, and
You
case
can
it
maybe,
for the nighttime.
you can maybe ask Ursula what time of day, or at least somebody what time of day,
Yeah.
or when the next large shipment will be coming that we can
True.
track.
I think you'll have time to ask for a lot of things.
I understand. We've got a lot.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll probably go look in the morning just to get a feel for how the dogs work, and then maybe go by later and see Ursula. Ask her some clarification. But for now, I'm gonna try to rest.
Yeah, me too.
Me as well. Okay, we all go to sleep.
So you guys go there. Y'all have separate rooms. Anything you guys want to do before you go to sleep?
I'll kneel down and say a quick prayer to Ray. Just bless the bugbear people. Be with them through these times. They really need it.
Open my wooden box once I'm alone.
Just gonna do it in front of them.
I'm gonna make sure it's not dangerous.
Roll me an investigation check.
Four.
Fail. I will let you, every time you attempt, it takes an hour. So it's probably like 11.
So this isn't trying to open the box.
So it's
Like
11.
a puzzle box or something.
Alright. Once, I will say that you need 8 hours to sleep, so depending on how late you want to stay up, try will determine how long you sleep the next day.
I'll go knock on Miles' door.
Boom, 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 boom.
I got this box. I
Uh-huh.
was gonna open it in private, but I can't figure it out.
Alright. Do you want me to take a look?
Yeah,
Okay.
I trust you.
So I'll let you both try per hour.
So 2 people can try. I'm gonna cast guidance. Is it investigation?
Yep.
17.
Just need it. Now you know how to open. It's a lot of hands check.
Oh.
You still got it. I see.
Got me again. 19.
But yeah, all right. As you start moving around, you investigate the box. You start seeing like a small pattern within the grain of the wood, and it almost like there's arrows start pointing to like touch certain parts and just applying like nickel pressure. You know, like the weight of the nickel pressure on certain sides of the box, and eventually it's like you follow the pattern enough, and it goes starts spinning rapidly. The lid flies off in the distance. The box opens up. Boom, 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 boom. It unfolds mechanically in several ways, almost unbelievably. Cogs and screws unwind themselves as small pieces of wood eject and interject in some sort of pattern until the small wooden box has completely become a flat, and a circle of arcane runes light up around the border of it, various colors in the spectral pattern. There are a few cracks, pops, snaps, and a tad bit of white noise. A voice may be heard. "It's on, boss!" In the middle of the unfolded plank within the circle of runes, a small green image of a bugbear whom you met in a tavern at John's Walk appears. "Oh, well, good then. Hello, Ambassador Craeloth. It is I, it is I, your rescuing hand from... No, I don't like that. Ambassador Craeloth, hello, friend." You see the well-dressed bugbear wearing bougie clothes, seem to be dressed for an extravagant occasion.
Okay.
Although the hologram is only lighting up in the color green. You imagine that he's wearing lavish clothes, the same that he was when you last met. "It is I, your friend and savior from the unruly and embarrassing Goliath. At the last hearing of your commencement as ambassador, I am trying a new way of communication, and I hope this is working well. But alas, I shall not know. Hopefully one day you can tell me. I regret to inform you of the situation that has occurred, and your brother GJ has been taken captive by the Imperial Goliath forces. His whereabouts are unknown. He was last sent by me on a mission to rescue Bishop Ivy, and I've heard nothing since. I am actively trying to locate him, but he is sly and slippery, as you know. I would imagine he can fend for himself. However, the situation is dire amongst the Giant's Tooth as civil war has broken out, as the Goliaths have paid pirating slavers to take those left of us to the Isles that did surrender. The others who didn't were executed on the spot. Most of our towns and places have been burned and have been taken, or they have been taken by these pirates somewhere in the Isles of Setonia. I know not of what purpose. I also regret to inform you that the village of Crabite is no longer there. It was the first location of the attack for the Civil War. In fact, the entirety of the town has been burnt to the ground. No survivors have been found. Some say there was intelligence of a pending attack, and most left under the cover of night. There are no known locations or detailed operations of this occurring besides hearsay. I do have a bit of light in this message, however. I have acquired a new tower in the city of Norgel, for I had to flee the war grounds myself. I also have a gift for you. Stop by soon. We have much to discuss and plan. For it seems goalies were never really good politicians anyway. We have tried talks of peace, negotiations, and understandings on behalf of the bugbears and furbolg, but the hard-headed, bullish, oversized blue humans will not listen with their brains, but only with their acts. When you arrive to the tower, speak the words to the fish statue out front. Come like bringers, donuts of tall. See you soon, Ambassador. There's some snaps and crackles and pops that may be heard as the hologram fades. And then I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Both those.
Yep. roll me perception. Or what's your passive perception?
Am I in there?
You're close enough.
Okay. My passive perception
15.
Fails fast.
14.
You hear a loud, thunderous smack. It explodes right in your faces while it's holding it.
Shit, I'm afraid of this.
I don't have hands.
You suffer 5 thunder damage.
Just like,
You were watching it like this, moving pictures. Bang!
I'm never told you this.
Violet, are you okay?
Yeah.
That's what I was afraid of. I'm so sorry.
You didn't even get in 5 seconds, this message was self-destruct.
Well,
I jump up to come see what's going on.
Okay. Cable comes running over in his birthday suit, his naughty knots. Boom!
What happened?
It's like
There's just
blast.
smoke.
Yeah.
We're under attack.
Craeloth.
It's over now.
Okay, I'm going back to bed.
Good call.
Okay. Oh, from the explosion, you take 8 d20 damage.
I took 5.
D20. D20.
8d20. Okay.
Unconscious.
Thank you for helping me. I'm sorry that it exploded. I was trying to do this by myself, but I wasn't capable.
That's okay. I'm happy to help.
There's a lot going on. Apparently there's a bugbear in the city. Now this bugbear's in Norgel.
You think it's the same one?
Craeloth knows that's not the same one. Because the one that's in the city is a wizard guy.
Where you been?
You would assume it is because he teleported in.
Oh yeah, but now he's in Norgel. Okay.
I hear Norgel as I'm walking away and go, I need to go to Norgel!
Yeah, well, it looks like we're going to Norgel eventually.
Right after we find my brother.
After.
We can commandeer a ship, free the slaves, and sell over to Norgel.
Yeah, I feel like the slave's kind of priority. But this Norgel, this is developing into some kind of mystery I don't understand.
I heard they do tattoos in Norgel.
Good spot to get a tattoo.
I've already got one. As I walk, are there room numbers?
I would.
As I
Yeah.
walk past the room numbers, I start touching them and saying violet, violet, violet.
What?
I think I can only do it once per life.
I think so. So the first one you touch.
But as
only I can see
yeah,
it.
as a joke, because we're getting ready to go to sleep, I'm just touching them all, so it's gonna work. It's just gonna violet, violet, violet.
I can't find my room again.
Okay. You guys go sleep. You get a long rest, and you awake the next day. So, you awake the next day. What would you guys like to do?
Fight somebody.
Y'all go to the right
How long
place.
you want to go up to? That's another hour right there.
We're gonna have to record it like this.
Yeah, I'm gonna try email if you all will go to the right place.
Well, we'll see.
Do I need to know?
But good call, Trav. Yeah.
I
Keep me
vote-
honest on that.
I vote we head to see if we can get a ship to find my brother down at the docks.
I've got a captain.
He's got a plan for
I wouldn't.
Oh,
Can you
yeah.
tell me that in the bar?
Yeah, I'm keeping you up to speed.
I vote we go do that.
Okay. I would like to go get a map.
That's a good call. That was actually one thing I want to do was get some maps and title charts possibly of the
Yeah.
captain, but yeah.
Can we get a talking map? I
No,
heard
we
of
don't
this.
have a map.
I heard of this great
Do
adventure.
we know where we would get a map? Would I know where to get a map? Could I ask somebody?
Someone at the bar. I heard of this great adventure.
I'll go
named
talk
Thora.
to Umley and ask him what is there somewhere I could find a map? Maybe some sailing charts? We're looking
Yeah,
to
probably
do a little
just the-
exploring.
Just the general store. I mean, they kind of keep some. You know, it's just like a basic little pop-up tent shop, souvenirs. They sell maps.
I'll go to
Does this map speak? Does it sing?
I have a map.
Found
Does
the
some.
map.
I don't remember exactly what it does. I can track people.
The great
I have
adventurer
blood.
Dora.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Have you heard her tale? She defeated the great evil of swiping fox.
Story time with Roberta.
She spoke an odd,
I
clear
have a
language.
question about it. You
Something
have the
like
map that can track for blood, right?
I think that's what it does. Hold on, let me look at it.
the map.
How far can it reach?
Now, do they sell pets anywhere?
You haven't seen anything in this city. There is a pet shop.
I wanted to buy a monkey.
You have to have a vial of blood.
You're on the Dora kick now.
Will reveal a radius of 1 mile with the map as the center point. And it lasts for a minute.
So would it work on a different continent? It would show us where someone is. If you had their blood. They have to be within a mile.
Right. The map, it uses the map as the center point. So I have a mile radius. Or diameter.
2 mile diameter. Mile radius.
Oh, okay.
Mile radius from the center. All
Yeah.
Circles
Yes.
are hard.
Mile radius.
I didn't know how exact it needed to be and if my blood would count for my brother since he's missing.
Probably not.
Probably.
You have a brother?
Yep.
I knew that, didn't I? You
I-
told me
I
about
heard
that at the
it.
bar
I
last
heard
night. I was
about it.
really tired. But
GJ.
with my
Craeloth and GJ.
It's a traditional bugbear.
All that matters is the last name's Tala-Rane.
Craeloth, his real name's actually KQ.
See you.
Well, I'm gonna go to the dock.
You're gonna go to the dock. I'll go get us some maps. And I'd like to stop back at the Magister's place. Magister's Mistress.
As we walk, I know you said they're only on at night. I'm just scanning to see anybody that works for the Jewish.
Okay.
The people that
Violet,
sell
before you go,
weapons.
when you go to the general store, could you buy me some fine?
Oh, also I bought your potion.
Oh, thank you. I'll give you 50 gold. If you could see if they had any, nice parchment and some ink and quills, in case I need to write some letters.
Hey, we don't need ink.
Oh yeah.
You can use my finger. I'll close my eyes.
Could you buy me some parchment?
Yeah, I got you.
If I gave inspiration, you would get it.
I've got this awesome
Actually,
tattoo.
That is inspiration worthy. Take inspiration. That is
Wow.
using a bad situation.
How do I
That's
do
very
that?
useful. Thank you.
Basically, you have.
No, how do I do it?
You have
on here?
advantage on a d20 roll.
You basically have a luck point.
Okay, here. I'm going to use my advantage to perceive any of the weapon sellers.
Roll first to see if you need it. You can use inspiration after you see the roll. Right? That's, it's however you want to do it.
I'll need inspiration. That's
Alright,
like,
hang on. While you're doing that, you all depart your own separate ways from the Emperor's Yell. And
I'm going
how much
to
paper?
Craeloth. We're going to
Just
the top
a
shrine.
scream.
well, are you going with Craeloth?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going with
A
Craeloth.
stack.
And then Violet, you're going to the general store.
I'm going to go to the general store and I would like to go back to the Magister's
I'll
Mistress.
see shit.
Fair enough. I'll let you judge that. Alright,
I rolled an 8 and a 4.
so you all begin making your way towards the docks. Violet, you make your way towards the general store.
Yes.
What's your passive perception?
I think it's 16. Let me check. It's 16.
On your way. You're making your way through the streets, kind of going under Umbly's guidance of where the department store is, and you can see it up in the distance. The town, y'all kind of went in kind of late, so it's probably like 9 or 10 by the time y'all eat and actually exit, and you're making your way through the city. And as you're just passing by random people here and there all over the place. What's your armor class?
19. I'm not real sure how it's 19, but it's 19.
The app says it's
No, I know
19,
why it's
so
19. Never mind. I figured it out.
That didn't take long. How
Hey.
far away from him are we?
Far. I mean, you all went 2 different directions.
I was hoping we were close enough I could help you fight.
You feel extreme prick or stab of pain in the back of your neck. Cold sensation pierces into your body. You take 1 point of piercing damage.
And 8 D12 worth.
You take 5 points of necrotic damage.
Dude, what?
Aren't you resistant to necrotic? Aren't you paladin?
What do you do?
What do I do?
Tuck and roll.
Thank you,
I
sir.
felt it in
May
the
I
back
have
of my
it?
neck.
Yeah, just like it felt like if somebody took like a thumbtack and went. That's all you felt. Enough to where you were like, dang, but not.
I hope so. It did like
6 damage.
a third of his damage.
Oh, I rolled bad on the prig, and I rolled really good on the necrotic.
It was bad enough. You felt maybe like a pinprick. It's like, fuck, I'm a pussy.
Uh,
You'll have to
I
send
guess I'll like.
You'll have to send
Do I feel it? Like if I reach, like, do I feel anything?
There's nothing there. You can feel a bit of blood running down.
Okay.
So that's kind of you do that, and I'm gonna say you kind of turn. You see a green cloaked figure, thin. You see the back of their cloak, and then she formulates an arcane, disappears.
Well, I know a guy that can make writing disappear on paper.
I don't have any time to do anything.
You can attempt. I'll let you try one thing.
Cast hold person.
Okay. What's the DC?
14 wisdom. That succeeded. You can take a picture of it and send it to me.
No.
I mean, I can.
I thought that's what you were doing because you had your phone out. That's it.
I mean, but I rolled a 15 on the die, but she's got plus.
Oddly enough, she has plus 15 on her.
And I mean, you've probably seen this go before. She dimension door. But falling out of where the arcane door was, you see a small light blue star leaf fall to the ground, and then you're struck by something.
Damn, you just got the shit.
Damn.
Roll a charisma saving throw.
Oh shit.
No.
I'm so bad.
No.
This is my worst.
Plus 0.
It's plus 0 at least. Charisma. It's a 9.
You feel an extreme.
You forgot to get the paper.
You have an extreme want
Craeloth, hurry, write a note.
to get to the ocean and to stay under the water as long as you possibly can stand. And there's nothing you can do. Your body just goes. Your mind is trying to figure out what's going on, and your body is full sprint, full dash, straight for the ocean.
Question.
Yes,
Is this a charm?
it is not.
Okay. Because I have advantage if it's a charm.
Luckily,
It's a charm effect.
Luckily,
You-
you know somebody that can breathe underwater. Just say.
I mean, you are just, it's like you do not have control of the muscles in your body, but you have control of your mind. If that
And
makes sense.
somebody that I believe can outrun you. I think that's a big
Are you there?
We're walking toward the water. So I would assume he would go sprinting past us.
Like you're basically at the cascading stairs and you were just bolting as fast as you can go towards the water. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
No.
Huh?